Big booming metropolis of Wheatland, Missouri. Town of about 300 will increase, well, a whole lot here this weekend. James, it is the 12th annual running of the Cowboy Classic here at Lucas Oil Speedway, and this is the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing. A gorgeous look from the drone there of this wonderful facility. They call it the Diamond of Dirt Tracks for a reason. Arguably the best establishment, the nicest establishment maybe in all of racing. Go-kart track out back, off-road track, speedboat track, and a whole lot more. If you're on the grounds, we're glad that you're here. If you're watching at home, we're glad that you're watching. I'm Dustin Jarrett. He's the voice of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. James Essex, you're here. We had the search party out.
I'm here. Yeah, Todd Turner's not here, so I didn't talk for an hour and a half in the pit area, but met a lot of great people. How about a lot of local drivers turning out tonight to run with us? Nearly 50 cars on hand here tonight. And, you know, the weather all week, I guess we'll race until it rains, and hopefully it won't rain, right?
Race until you can. It's gorgeous out here today.
Right? Yep.
James Cantori here. He'll have the weather forecast for you in a little bit. But you mentioned 49 entrants on hand here tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how we are going to whittle that field down here today as we look at your My Race Pass race information for the 12th Annual Cowboy Classic. We'll start with Dirt Draft Hot Laps, and that will be followed by All-Star Performance Time Trials. 49 cars means we will run 6 heat races this evening. There'll be 8 laps in distance. Top 3 out of each of those will lock themselves into tonight's main event. B mains are 10 laps each, and tonight, in honor of Cowboy, we go 45 laps, $10,000 going to tonight's winner.
Cowboy Chancellor, original founder of the MLRA, and his wife Harriet, of course. And man, we miss that guy. And that was his car number when he raced, was number 45. That's how we come up with 45 laps here tonight. Tomorrow night, it'll be a tribute to Don and Billy Gibson, the originators of the Show Me 100 at West Plains, Missouri. And that was in 1993. So Saturday night, the 33rd annual. And we'd like to thank, of course, the Missouri Division of Tourism, right? Did I say that right? And Nutrient Solutions and all that. Look at that right there. Track looks really good. Great job. Richard Turner and all of his staff here. We've also got some makeup features for the modifieds.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look, James, at your track facts here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. 2001 is when this facility opened. It's a 3/8 mile semi-banked clay oval right here in downtown Wheatland, Missouri.
Still population about 300 and such.
It's 301, I believe.
301. Awesome.
Gorgeous facility. The third member of our broadcast team will be joining us in the infield all weekend long. We'll talk to him in just a second. So is he not ready? And I stand corrected. Producer Tiffany trying to throw us off here, Ben Shelton. You are here on the grounds. I saw you, and you are ready.
I am all of the above. I am definitely ready. And DJ, I've been going to the Show Me 100 obviously since 1993, the first year when it was at West Plains. I can tell you on a day when it is not raining, it has never been 70 degrees, and it is absolutely gorgeous out here. And it's definitely helped the track staff. Usually it's really warm, it's humid, and the sun's out, the wind's blowing. We do have sun, we do have wind, but it's a lot cooler today, so the track staff's got the racetrack really nice. 49 cars in the pit area, as you said. We're going to talk about it throughout the night. We got a lot of new faces in the pit area. That's always fun. A year ago, not a new face in victory lane. Ricky Thornton Jr. picked up the win here a year ago, and guys, he's been red hot. 9 wins on the year, the Midwest Sheet Metal point leader, and 51 career wins, and that all comes after a big $50,000 win at Eagle last weekend. He won last year on Thursday. He won on Friday. Saturday here was Jonathan Davenport. Can Thornton get redemption this year? A lot of other storylines. We're going to start talking about them on the other side of this break as we thank some marketing partners. When we come back, we creep closer to Dirt Draft Hot Laps here for the 33rd annual Show Me 100 weekend. Tonight, it's the Cowboy Classic. We'll be right back.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
V-Land is proud to be an official partner of the 2023 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Check us out at www.vland.com for more info. See you at the races.
At Nutrien Ag Solutions, we are dedicated to your success. We partner with growers like you to expand your possibilities with unparalleled offerings. Your unique challenges are met with more customized solutions than anyone else can offer. With you, we're feeding the future together.
Hey race fans, have you set your Dirt Draft lineup yet? Dirt Draft is the fantasy racing app you can download right on your phone. Pick a team of 5 drivers within your $100,000 salary cap, and the better they do, the better you do. You earn points to spend in the Dirt Draft Speed Shop for all kinds of cool stuff, from t-shirts and hats, race tickets and pit passes, or even a season pass to FloRacing. New subscribers even get a free Dirt Draft t-shirt. Download the Dirt Draft app now from the Apple app or Google Play Store.
We're the leader in race fuels. We've been doing this since in the 60s.
We use our distillation tower, which is unique. No other race fuel companies do that in the world. We also test every single batch that goes out the door on over 15 different parameters that ensure the tune-up will be identical.
That consistency in the marketplace that makes us a premium brand.
Make the same stuff every time. We're pretty darn close to perfect.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by the Missouri Division of Tourism. Always something new to see in the Show Me State. By Nutrien Ag Solutions, the largest agricultural crop input business in North America. And by Lucas Oil, keep that engine alive. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Diamond of Dirt Tracks, Lucas Oil Speedway, here in Wheatland, Missouri, as we inch closer towards the start of Dirt Draft Hot Laps here tonight. Mentioned before the break, it is an absolutely picture-perfect day here in Wheatland, Missouri. Highs, well, they got up into the mid-70s earlier today. Cooled off just a little bit, 66 degrees now, light winds, just a few clouds, maybe broken clouds, James, maybe. But it's a gorgeous day here today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the upcoming events for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing. Of course, we will be right here at Lucas Oil Speedway for 2 more nights of racing action on this Show Me 100 weekend. We're off next weekend. A lot of big events going on. LaSalle Speedway's $25,000 to win the Modified World Championship. At Mississippi Thunder, $100,000 to win. And then, of course, the Dirt Late Model Dream the weekend after that. Series is back in action at Smoky Mountain June 13th and 14th. The Firecracker 100 at Lernerville June 19, 20, and 21. Off a weekend, and then we go to Atomic in Muskingum. 34 and back here at Wheatland. Shelby County on a Tuesday. Can't wait to get back there for the Kosiski Family 53. Huset's for the Silver Dollar Nats, and the North-South 100. LucasDirt.com for all the latest news and scheduling information. That Big River Steel chase for the championship presented by ARP after the Malvern Bank High Bank heist at Eagle Raceway last weekend. Ricky Thornton Jr. with a 45-point advantage on Jonathan Davenport. 165 on Devin Moran in that battle between 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Still just 135 points separating those 4 drivers, Alberson, O'Neill, Overton, and Shep. Dalton Wilson 8th rather. Carson Ferguson 9th, and Turbo rounds out the top 10. That's the current Big River Steel chase for the championship, presented by ARP. And James, just for you, a look at the O'Reilly Rookie of the Year standings. Donald McIntosh with a 20-point advantage over Daniel Hilsebeck. Dan Ebert right now in the 3rd spot. $20,000 going to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series this year. And again, that position right now belongs to Donald McIntosh, the reigning Spring and Southern Nationals champion. Well, James, You did not have your FloRacing shirt on today. The reason is maybe you didn't buy one. But if you need to get some, you can grab your flip phone, you can scan the QR code on your screen, and that will take you to shopflowsports.tv.
Right.
Hats,
shopflowsports.tv. A hoodie you might need.
Or might be shopflowsports.com.
Another quick reminder, DJ, down at the Mark of Valor, Dale Robinson down there. Brand new, hot up, right from downtown Zanesville, Ohio, right? Delivered by Rob Penrod. Co-chief started Eldor, who's with us this weekend. New merchandise down there, hoodies. We've got sweatshirts, we've got hats, we've got T-shirts, variety of sizes and colors. Down at the Mark of Valor, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series souvenir trailer, DJ.
There you go. All right. I'm going to step aside for one more set of commercial breaks. Hot Laps coming up next. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series live from Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. USRA stock cars making their way on the track. And straight off the cruise ship, my good friend Shane Freeby. You got Tanner.
Yeah, a little Tanner, and I have a little bit of wobbly. Well, yeah, of course.
Your Tanner,
whenever you don't have any hair, that tends to happen. But the legs were a little wobbly whenever we got off the boat for a little while, but we're good to go now. The O'Reilly Auto Parts USRA stock car is one of two classes that will be bonus action for you here on opening night. Show Me 100 weekend. As you can imagine, we've had a lot of rain in this area as well. We've had a number of rainouts. So this is from a race back at the end of April. April 26th was when they were scheduled to run. Rain came in midway through the night, and the stock cars were not able to finish their event. There were 15 cars on hand for that night. We've got a roughly 10 or so, but we're going to keep the gates open a little bit longer to make sure anybody that wants to get here can. We'll take you through the cars that are on the track as we speak, and we start with Dawson Fenewald, the youngster out of Appleton City, Missouri. His best finish this year has been third. That was back on May 3rd, only one top 5, and he is approaching the top 10 in the point standings. Rodney Schweitzer has won here twice, had King of America earlier on in the year, a 4-day event for the USRA. He came in and won one event then, and then also won one regular season race. The 34, Blake Bolton. He's also been a strong performer throughout the years here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He currently sits 8th in the point standings. 2 top 10s. His best finish here at Lucas Oil Speedway has been a 7th place finish. Another strong performer for the end of April. He actually won a heat race for this event. That is the 83. He comes to us just a short trip down the road over in Richland. He currently sits 5th in the point standings. James Ellis in the JSR Chassis Midstate Power Plant, 3 top 10s on the season. Butch Bailey out of Novelty, Missouri. He is top 10 in the point standings as well. 1 top 5. That was a 4th place finish all the way back at the end of March. JSR Racing Chassis Creason Power Plant, Armit's Honey Acres sponsors on the 111. So again, 15 cars were scheduled to be here back whenever we had this back in April. Only around 8 or 9 have showed up so far tonight. There have been 4 different races and 4 different winners in this division for the O'Reilly Auto Parts USRA stock cars, one of 5 classes that run here on a weekly racing series. That was the first batch that came out, and the second batch of stock cars starting to form in the staging area back in the pit area, and they will come out from over in turn number 2, led by a former track champion here at Lucas Oil Speedway, Urbana, Missouri's Mason Beck, and he is currently your point leader here by only 11 points. We've got 2 tight battles in these 2 classes. The O'Reilly Auto Parts USRA stock cars led by Mason Beck, leading by 11. James McMillan right behind him, 2nd in the point standings. But Mason Beck has a victory already in that Sniper chassis. That win came back on May 3rd. Urbana Stockyards, Urbana Automotive, and Mackey Farms, sponsors on the 0. Zach Zeigen in the 35. He's made every single show so far this year, and with those 2 top 5 finishes, he's got 3rd in the point standings. Sleeper Chassis, Eagle Power Plant, Campbell Buildings, Bill's Feed and Farm, and Gas Heating and Cooling, his sponsors. Only 2 cars making their way out for this group. And then over in the staging area, we have our B-Mods, one of the other modified classes that run here at Lucas Oil Speedway. The Clear Creek Golf Cars USRA B-Mods have only ran 3 events so far in the 2025 season here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Mason Beck has won in multiple divisions here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He's also ran in a pure stock. We run pure stocks here a couple times throughout the racing season. The 5 classes that typically run here, the stock cars, we have brought the super stocks back as well. Modifieds, B-Mods, and then we also do have a late model class that runs here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Our biggest class that we have here, typically week in, week out, would be the B-Mods, and this stock car division has been kind of an entry level for a number of drivers that have wanted to get behind the wheel, get some laps, get some experience here at Lucas. And with that, the Clear Creek Golf Cars USRA B-Mods roll out. JT Carroll out of Camdenton, Missouri in the 94C. First to head out with 1 top 10 on the season. That was an 8th place finish on May 10th. Pilots the 94C. There you see the 18C. That is Carter Harrison. He is 10th in the point standings out of Crocker. Still looking for his first top 10 of the season. J2 Racing Chassis, Eagle Engine under the hood. Harrison's Farm and Feed, Cox and Company Realty, SCP, a couple of sponsors on the 18. Then from just down the road in Lebanon, Missouri, man, what a rough start it's been for Rob White Jr. in that 5th gear racing number 5. Started the season at Midway, popped his motor while leading to start the season. He's only ran and completed 1 feature. The 8 is John Sheets. The new acquisition for him this year has been J2 Race Cars. He is now the owner of that company, and he has piloted that number 8 to 6 wins on the season. So a great start to the year for John Sheets. One of those wins came here at Lucas Oil Speedway in a regular season race. The other win came at the King of America, so he's picked up 2 total wins, and he leads the points here by 12. in this Clear Creek Golf Cars USRA B-Mod division. Second round filing out from over in turn number 2. Led out by the Gila Monster, Ryan Gilmore, the number 66. He has won a feature here at Lucas Oil Speedway, and that came here just a couple of weeks ago, back on May 10th. An Allen Chassis Yeoman engine, Choate Farms, and Crappie Supply, sponsors for Ryan, a past national champion. He was the USRA national champion back in 2017, and he won the Nationals here 3 years ago. Waylon Dimon in the 11 says he's just been a touch off pace this year. He has not had the speed for wide open Waylon out of Max Creek, Missouri. That accumulates for only 2 top 10s he's had so far in the GRT chassis. Butcher Shop, Show Me Dents, and Hewlett Chevy sponsors on the driver that currently sits 7th in the point standings. Been a strong start to the season for the 55. It gave him a new nickname, Cowboy Colson Kirk, on social media. He went down to Texas, rode a bull for the first time, so earned the nickname Cowboy. He's out of Urbana, 9th in the point standings. 8th place finish early in the year. Trevor Drake out of Billings, Missouri in the 7. He's currently 4th in the point standings. He's got a top 5 in the Dig Sticks, Route 66 Truss, and Beckham Machine and Fab Ride. Ryan Eddie Hills from Cross Timbers, Missouri. Bullseye Agritech and Dirt Track Specialist for the driver that's only had a couple of starts this year, only 2 features so far for Ryan. Ryan Smythe's got a couple engines out of the hauler so far today. One's underneath the hood and one is setting alongside. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, but it's a Phoenix Racing chassis Potter engine. Greg Reinhold Electric sponsors on the 83. Plenty of green grass with all of the rain that we have had. It's made for an eventful off-road series. We had that a couple of weeks ago with the AMSOIL series that came in. And the Lake Lucas is filled to the brim with all of the rain that we have had as of late.
Not the drink. Isn't there a drink? The Lake
we
Lucas
do
drink?
have that too. And it's filled to the brim for a little while. Doesn't last long.
All right.
Oh, there's Spencer
Shane,
Hughes.
great job. Glad to have you here tonight. Are you ready to go, DJ?
I am ready. Let's do it.
33rd Show Me 100 kickoff with the Cowboy Classic. You mentioned Spencer Hughes. He currently sits 12th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Series Championship points. The Clyburn Take Lines, Neon Bubbles Car Wash, Yellowhammer Construction Entry. By the way, Chris Link is here to sing the national anthem, by the way.
There you go. Okay,
Bobby
good.
Link, he works on the crew of Spencer Hughes as well.
Yes.
And there's the #1 driver in the country right now.
It is Bobby Pierce, the smooth operator, current World of Outlaws points leader, and then Vic Hill-powered Longhorn, the low-voltage solutions, Churchill Transportation, Collins Brothers Towing, Rio Grande Waste Services, Messiah Atlanta Transportation, number 32 for the smooth operator and former Show Me 100 champion, Bobby Pierce.
How about the 99? That is looking for a sponsor. If you Essex and Jarrett Logistics for a price could go on the side of the car, right?
Yes.
The 99 of Dylan Hoover, he is out of Columbia, Missouri, the state capital. That's not the state. Jefferson City's the state capital.
Yes, it is.
Columbia,
Close.
Missouri is home of the Missouri Tigers. He's in the David Miller-owned Rocket Creason Racing engine, that black 99.
The 20RT, Ricky Thornton Jr., current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader. Slightly different wrap on the side of the Ultimate Towing and Recovery Hoker Trucking Bobby and Jessica Kohler entry. There's Clay Stuckey in the 15 out of Shreveport, Louisiana, in that Clements-powered Black Diamond race car, the advanced powder coating laser tech fiber cutting. Number 15 for Clayton Stuckey. The 18D, the big perm, Dalton Wilson James, the 27-year-old, in that Ratliff Racing, MGL Auto Sales, JR Motor Sales Company Contracting sponsored Longhorn for Dalton Wilson.
Currently 8th in the championship points. There's the number 2 car. That is Tyler Stevens. Tyler Stevens, DJ, out of Paragould, Arkansas. First time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Picked up a win at Batesville, a preliminary night a few weeks ago, in that Keith Hammond Trucking and Conservation Titan Well Service entry.
A couple other cars on the track, and they're on your screen. The 26 is Glenn Powell out of Nixa, Missouri. And the 7, I've got a couple 7s here on the racetrack. There's going to be Cole Wells in the Midwest Sheet Metal Synergy Suspension Technologies Yeoman-powered TNT.
TNT, absolutely. So we got both Wells here, father and son. There you see the other drivers there. Again, as Ben mentioned, a lot of locals out today. That's great to see. And, of course, you got the national stars as well, of course, with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Final weekend for the 2025 Sunoco Race Fuels Road to Wheeler. Many thanks to all the great people there. Tim McWhorter, Russ Bradford, Richie Lewis as well. $2,500 is going to go to the points leader after this weekend. And, again, Ricky Thornton Jr. right now, the Midwest Sheet Metal points leader. And then Jonathan Davenport. The top 15, they will split $16,000, DJ, here this weekend. Again, many, many thanks to one of our great sponsors, Sunoco Race Fuels.
You just saw the 97 of Kate Dillard on your screen out of Robeline, Louisiana, and that Shane Sprinkle S&S Fishing and Rental Joel's Auto Sales sponsored entry. There's the 96 on your screen out of Jamestown, Missouri. That's Dalton Imhoff in the Shepherd Engine Development powered Black Diamond race car for Imhoff Farms and Imhoff Construction.
How about Kate Dillard? First time here for the Show Me 100. And, of course, running an independent schedule the rest of the year. Glad to have him here. I'm sure he'll be with us at the Topless 100 coming up in August. There's the 82 car, made a lot of headlines here a year ago in that steel block. I don't think he still has the steel block in there, but it's Jace Parmalee.
Spec motor.
Spec motor,
yeah.
Neosho. He's Neosho. He's one of the Neosho Missouri drivers in that capital car, Liberty Homestead, Lucky Sailor Horse and Cattle Company.
Yes,
sponsor.
You got it.
And there's another first timer at the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series in that 3 car, and that's Brendan Willard. I was thinking of Joey Smith. Brendan Willard in that number 3 car. He is out of Lebanon, Missouri, DJ, with us here tonight.
There's Jeremy Shaw out of Millport, Alabama, the Bud Conley Trucking and Great Property sponsor number 1S for the Millport, Alabama driver, and Jace Parmalee is pointing in the wrong direction over in turns 1 and 2. There's Carson Ferguson in that Donald Gina Bradshaw owned Paylor Motorsports number 93. Currently 9th in the series point standings is Carson Ferguson there, the Hoopaw Grading Company. Sponsored.
Is Richard Kimberling out there? He is the 1K car. If we can get a shot of that, he's going down the back straightaway. That's the car that's a rocket they bought from Aaron Morant. Richard Kimberling, hey, tip of the cap to him. He is a Vietnam veteran. He told me he's 75 and a half years old.
Oh, my. Not Kimberly.
No, Richard Kimberling. Vietnam veteran, was in Vietnam in 1971, he said, and glad to have him here. This is he's raced for over 50 years, is Richard Kimberling. Also, I think that's got everybody out there. Again, a lot of first-timers, as we had at Eagle last week, a lot of first-timers. Yes. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, always fun and exciting. Again, running for a record purse here on Saturday night, $75,000 to win the 33rd Show Me 100. Rob Penrod, by the way, on the flag stand, chief starter, of course, at Eldora. We'll see him in a couple of weeks on the FloRacing Night in America and the Dirt Late Model Dream. Looking forward to that.
Carson Ferguson, unofficially fastest in this second group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps, and a little bit of smoke coming out from underneath Dylan McCowan's number 8. So the former Lucas Oil Speedway modified champion, billowing a little bit of smoke out from underneath his Infinity race car, the Sonic Drive-In Pomeroy Services Empire Energy sponsor number 8 for Dylan McCowan.
He's back in the Longhorn tonight, by the way.
He is back in the Longhorn.
Yes,
how about
Midwest
that?
Sheet Metal sponsor car. Had some issues with Eagle last week, but in the Longhorn tonight. There's the 71 car, the 2023 World 100 and Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series national champion. The Hoker Trucking Hard Charger is at 4 out of 6 races now for Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana, the SSI Motorsports Big River Steel 71 with Jason Durham turning the wrenches on that car. There he is, the legendary Van Zandt.
That's right.
Jimmy Van Zandt.
Yep. That's right. And that's Scott Bailey powered Longhorn, the Dirtworks General Contracting Shiny Heine Truck Wash, double down asphalt sponsored entry. There's the 7J on your screen. That's Aurora, Missouri's Ryan Johnson and the Yeoman powered Longhorn, the Underground Concrete Johnson Construction Woody's Express sponsored 7J. The 93 of Mason Oberkramer you just saw on your screen out of Brosley, Missouri. The Oberkramer Trucking Premier Flatwork Premier Custom Home sponsored 93. There's the 60, currently third in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase out of Lakeshore, Minnesota. It's Dan Ebert in the Minnesota Truck Headquarters. Collins Brothers Towing Amsoil sponsored number 60.
Yeah, third, as you mentioned, in the points for the Rookie of the Year. Not only 20,000 to win, but 18,000 in contingencies. There's the 50, the youngster of Caden Klatt. Caden Klatt of Edina, Missouri. Missouri. He is in the Be Seen Signs Pro Designs McVickers Misty Valley Farms, Longhorn, for Caden Klatt, the youngster out of Edina, Missouri. There's the 12 car, Scott Krigler, the Krigler timber harvesting car, number 12.
Oh, my.
Oh, Dylan McCowan, not good.
Well, they are going to get that cleaned up a little bit on the racetrack. Man, oh, man, tough break for Dylan McCowan there. You know, he had high hopes coming into this weekend, too. Former multi-time feature winner here, as we mentioned, former modified track champion here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Yeah, it's been that kind of year for them, too. They left Eagle last week. They broke a rear end. They did not have a spare one there for the Infinity race car. And, yeah, a ton of fluid from the flag stand all the way back through turns 3 and 4. And the young man's got a world of talent, but luck has not been on his side. And from just up the road in Urbana, Missouri, they were very eager to get here this weekend.
He's the only other one than Hudson O'Neill to get a hard charger here in the last couple of weeks. The Hoker Trucking hard charger last Thursday for McCowan, but as been mentioned, they broke in time trials last Saturday and did not run that night. So Dylan McCowan always solid here at his home track at Lucas Oil Speedway. Just a fantastic facility here, the diamond, the dirt tracks. You see the green grass in the infield. By the way, an update at the Hellraiser Jacks Pit Crew Challenge. So we'll talk. Go ahead and talk about Dirt Draft, DJ.
I was going to give who's the All Missouri team?
Well, Larry Phillips,
of course.
Terry Phillips, probably Ken Essery. Wow. Got quite a. Who do you have?
Kevin Gundaker.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
I mean,
did Gordy make it? Gordy, our last car in,
Gordy is here.
In.
Yep, absolutely.
Sure, Kevin Gundaker, one of the all-time greats, second in the world 100 in 1980 to Charlie Swartz.
Who's your dog of the night, James?
Oh, man, there's a lot of good ones, don't there?
I was going to pick Dylan McCowan, and now I don't know. I may have jinxed him. Dirt Draft, free T-shirt for new subscribers. We have a lot of fun. None of us are any good, but it sure is a lot. It sure is a lot of fun to not be good as well. As they run that in. You were talking to Tim Sheets from Hellraiser Jacks.
Tim Sheets, Hellraiser Jacks. And again, the Hellraiser Jacks Pit Crew Challenge here scheduled for Saturday afternoon. Originally paid $2,000 to win to the winning team, right?
Right, yeah.
It's going to pay $6,000 to the winning team, plus a brand new Hellraiser Jack valued at $1,500, plus the best appearing pit crew. They're going to get $1,000 as well. So thanks to Tim Sheets, who's here with Hellraiser Jacks for all he does. Of course, he does the halfway challenge each and every Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series feature. $6,000 to win as a team. So last year it was Devin Moran, the Double Down Motorsports team. It was $2,000 to win. $6,000 they're going to split whoever wins that. That again scheduled for Saturday afternoon. Now that'll be on the 18 drivers locked in points after tonight and tomorrow night. Well, for Saturday afternoon.
If anybody needs a crew, maybe you and me and Ben could jump in.
We plan to do it live again, right?
Well, it was not live last year, but I think
it was kind of live. I thought it was live.
No, I think we recorded it. We recorded it, yes. But we may do it live this year.
They cut out Dr. Jerry Punch.
Keep glued to FloRacing.
So I was Dr. Jerry Punch. Who are you? Jackaroot. Remember Jackaroot? Jamie Little.
Matt Yoakum.
I'm
Matt Yoakum.
I miss Steve Burns. Steve Burns was great, right?
Absolutely. All right, Hudson O'Neill, quickest in this set of Dirt Draft hot laps right now, 1:55.40. Of course, Hud picked up back-to-back wins here. The spring shootout back in April, that SSI Motorsports number 71. And just so we say that, Garrett Alberson to the top of the leaderboard with a 1:52.88. And that Ken and Beth Roberts Racing, Romer Machine Welding, Messiah Volume Transportation, Sunoco Race Fuels, sponsored number 58.
By the way, a couple of new crew members Thomas Grinzik and Dylan Alberson not on the crew tonight. How about Travis Hawkins and Chasen Luther? That's what Ken Roberts told me. Chasen Luther.
He's Chasen Luther. I like it.
Chasen Luther and Travis Hawkins, welcome to the 58 team. There is the USA 1 up next. That'll be Chris Hawkins. Of course, he's out of Neosho, Missouri.
In the shiny, Heine truck wash, double down asphalt sponsor.
We could have a dirt draft for Neosho, Missouri drivers here tonight.
Yes, we could.
The USA 1, glad he's here.
Devin Moran behind him in the 99. You just talked about those guys picking up the win in the Hellraiser Jacks Pit Crew Challenge last year. There's the Double Down Motorsports, Lacey Days RV, Big River Steel. C&W Trucking sponsored 99 of Devin Moran. Behind him, that's Aaron Morant. Aaron Morant's in the blue and black car.
He's in the Longhorn. Richard Kimberling, who bought the car. Same sponsors on the side of the car, at least for this weekend. For Kimberling, and there's Aaron Moran, of course, always a good runner here out of Richmond, Missouri. And there's the 49 car, currently second in the championship points. The Nutrient Ag Solutions ASC Warranty Clements Power Plant under this weekend of that Longhorn. For Lance and Darla Landers, that is Jonathan Davenport. Jonathan Davenport, two-time winner of the Show Me 100.
About Tyler Kuykendall making the visit with us here this weekend of the Alliance Driveway Solutions, Williams Contracting, T&K Automotive sponsored 8K from just up the road in Warsaw, Missouri. There's the 91. Talked to these guys in the pit area earlier. Out of Neelyville, Missouri, Chris Jones, custom-powered Longhorn for the Russian Towing and Automotive. Backus Excavating sponsored 91. There's
I believe it's his first race of the year, he told me, right?
Yes.
First race of the year for Chris Jones.
Yes, it is.
There's the 4, another first-time runner at the Lucas Oil Series, DJ.
Yeah, Dallin Helm out of Lahoma, Oklahoma. And you know what kind of chassis he's in, James?
He's in a Schwartz Extreme.
Yes, he is.
Good-looking number 1 car. That's, again, the USA 1.
It's because he's got the shiny Heine truck wash on the side of it.
It's a lot of sponsors. We need to get them as a sponsor on their Essex and Jarrett Logistics. There's the S3 car, Joey Smith. Joey Smith, first time with us in a couple of years. He's out of the original home of the Show Me 100, West Plains, Missouri.
Joey Smith, at the bottom of that number 3, it says the Tower of Power. And when I met Joey Smith, I found out why it says the Tower of Power. Joey is about 8'12", and
he's a Gideon. He's a member of the Gideons International, which is on the side of the car. Always a great. That is, it's an awesome. Those people do great work and. Passing out Bibles, right? They go around passing out Bibles and all that. So glad to have Joey with us here this weekend.
Have another wave of dirt draft top laps making their way on the track, and they'll be led out by the team cars, the Skyline Motorsports entries. The first one is going to be the Golden Beard out of Decorah, Iowa. That is Tyler Bruning, a winner back at Golden Isles. And that Clements-powered Infinity race car, the Skyline Motorsports, Quick Supply Olson Explosives, Mesilla Valley Transportation. Number 16 for Tyler Bruning, his teammate behind him, back behind the wheel of the red Infinity race car. Yes, well, not Horn. The Redfinity,
well, the
right?
Redfinity,
the Redfinity, yes, for Mike Marler, 46-year-old in that Mesilla Valley Transportation Quick Supply Company Skyline Motorsports sponsored 157.
There's the 79 car currently leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase to Coleman Farms Racing H&H Auto Sales entry. That is Donald McIntosh. I believe his first time here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He comes to us out of Dawsonville, Georgia. Last year's spring and Southern National champion. His first full year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And another first-time racer with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. That's sharp-looking number 18, DJ.
Yeah, that's going to be Ashdown, Arkansas, Shannon Parker in the Parker Truck Repair, Buster Roberts Longing Rocket Chassis. There's Daniel Hilsebeck, currently second in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase in that Clements-powered Capital race car. He's out of Earlham, Iowa. Just turned 35 years old the other day, Daniel Hilsebeck. There's the number 1 out of Little Rock, Arkansas, Brian Glaze. I believe his first appearance with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
This year, he's ran with us at the Topless 100 a few years ago. He's out of Little Rock, Arkansas, the Titan Race Cars. And there is the 31. That is Cole Henson, 31C Cole Henson, another first-time runner with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, DJ.
Yeah, Cole Henson out of Russellville, Missouri, in the Hatfield-powered rocket chassis there, the 31C that you see on your screen. Mike Marler, right now the quickest in this set of dirt draft hot laps with a 1:5.903.
A good run for Tyler Bruning last week. What, a top 5, 4th place at Eagle. And love that Eagle. What a crowd we had there a week ago. Roger Hain, thank you very much. Mike Marler, 15.903. Marler went down to Smoky Mountain last week. How about the weekend for Jimmy Owens and Dale McDowell last weekend, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A pair of wins for Owens. He had won 2 in a row and almost made it 3 in a row last weekend.
He had planned to come this weekend, Chris Davis said, but down on a couple of crew guys, so they stayed around the house this weekend. And he finally made it. He finally made it. The last car in, the 49th, 59th. That is Gordy Gundaker. Gordy Gundaker out of St. Charles, Missouri, DJ. In car number 11, the McKay Auto Napa entry. JB Salvage, of course, Kent Robinson, right? Hoker Trucking. Bitcoin Benz.
Not Shelton.
Crypto Club.
Not Shelton.
No.
There's the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Longhorn Factory, number 76 for Brandon Overton out of Evans, Georgia on your screen. Before that, you saw the Valvoline Rocket 1 of Brandon Shepard out of New Berlin, Illinois. There's the 93. That's Poncho's son out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. Corey Lawler and the Pro Power Longhorn, Poncho's Racing Products, PPC Lubricants, Compton's Auto Clinic, sponsored number 93. And behind him, they ought to just change the B to a P.
He needs to be sponsored by Shiny Heine, does the 40B, right? The
Where's
Atomic Music Group.
Cat Spot. Remember when Cat Spot was a
Cat Spot?
Right? That's what we need on the Atomic Music Group. Race car engineering sponsor
Or
number
Purina
40B.
Cat Chow.
Kyle Bronson.
Now,
hey,
did we go a quarter or a fourth?
Yes, either is correct.
Jackson Earl, who made some noise here a year ago. Jackson Earl in the 1/4 J, and there's the 98 car. That is the veteran. That is Justin Wells. Justin Wells out of Aurora, Missouri. Of course, a regular here at Lucas Oil Speedway in 98.
Yeah, two-time and defending track champion of the late models is Justin Wells. Talked to him in the pit area a little bit earlier on. One other driver there on the screen, and a cool wrap on him is Brandon Overton slowing on the front straightaway. The 21, that's Chris Wilhite Jr. out of Meeker, Oklahoma, in a Modco-powered Black Diamond race car. And the reason Brandon Overton was slowing is because of that. He was pointing out debris on the racetrack, and it may have
driveline failure.
No, I think that was his debris.
Yeah.
That was the problem. Yeah, I don't think maybe a drive shaft possibly back there, a piece of one at least. Is just he gassed it up. That part shot out the bottom.
Ben, it's always great. Like last week in Eagle, we had several drivers run with us for the first time, and you got a lot of locals here tonight as well that have come out and played with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series this weekend, Ben.
Yeah, I'll take new faces all day. And as you said, James, we saw it last week and tonight. And last year was Jackson Ertl that opened the eyes. A couple years ago, Jace Parmalee. We've had some of these locals really have some good runs with us. Who could it be here tonight? That's the question.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Again tonight, the Cowboy Classic, 45 laps, 10,000 to win. Tomorrow night, the tribute to Don and Billy Gibson. That'll be 10,000, and then 75,000 to win here on Saturday night. Don't forget the Hellraiser Jack's Pit Crew Challenge. We got Lee Newton. She's going to be singing here Saturday afternoon as well. Stop back there, Dale Robinson. They've got brand new official Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series racewear back there. It's the final weekend for the Sunoco Race Fuels Road to Wheatland. The top 15 right now is going to split up $16,000. I thought she was, yeah, thank you.
They're delivering gifts to us up here.
They're giving us money.
In the press box, you got money.
I got an Abe Lincoln here.
You got, oh my goodness.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Danny, you didn't. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, appreciate that. Danny, you didn't get anything. You don't. Listen, you run the place. Nobody's supposed to like you. I mean.
It's a thankless job, Danny, isn't it? There's Rob Penrod, of course, co-chief starter at Eldora Speedway. His first trip to the Diamond of Dirt tracks. He's doing a lot of races with us here. When his schedule permits, we'll see him in a couple weeks at Eldora for 4 nights there with Rick Monroe. They do a great job there. Looking forward to see Levi Jones and Misha and everybody.
You'll be there for 4 nights as well.
I'll be there. I'm going to do the choose cone if you let me do it.
I have some people let you do the choose cone on Wednesday. You will. You don't have to be the choose cone. Like, you don't have to stand out there and let guys dodge you. You just take it out on the track.
And I even take a bow, right? I mean, you know.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure what this is all about here.
You were just
nothing but water.
We were just showered with gifts up here in the press box. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, great people here. Danny Lorden, of course, the general manager, assistant general manager now, of course, is Casey Schumann. Doing a great job.
Saw Casey here earlier, yep.
So Brandon Shepard has never won the Show Me 100. Mark Richards Racing has never won the Show Me 100. You could go back a long ways there when they ran at West Plains, did Richards go down there, but they never won. Of course, they really haven't run there all that much. Of course, they followed the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series with Hudson O'Neal a few years ago, winning the championship. Brandon Shepard a couple of times. This fabulous facility, brand new scoreboard over there in turn number 3. Looking forward to that. Brandon Shepard, by the way, in that Dirt Draft Hot Lap session, DJ 15.495, and that should wrap that up.
Well, there you go. Hey, you can set your dirt draft team now, James, if you need to. You got like 30 seconds.
You got $100,000 in play money. Who's going to be the top 5 tonight? You need to do it before we run the heat races.
I set a lineup. I set my starter lineup. In case I don't get around to it later, I at least got.
You got to have Larry.
At least got a lineup in.
You got to have Larry. Any guy that wins over 1,000 races, dirt, asphalt, it doesn't matter. Like Dick Trickle. Dick Trickle, of course, won all his on asphalt, but Larry Phillips, one of the most versatile drivers ever. I mean, he's right up there with, A.J. Foyt and Stewart and all them guys. So that's just pretty impressive. But all right, ready to go. Dylan Hoover is going to be up first. He comes to us out of Columbia, Missouri. Home of the Missouri Tigers. He's in the Dave Miller Rocket Crease and Racing engine. Looking for some sponsors on that car. If someone could help him out this weekend, maybe buy him, a couple tires, some fuel, however you want to. Dylan Hoover out of Columbia, followed by the 19M. Out of Marina, Mississippi, that is Spencer Hughes. He's in the JCM Motorsports. Colton Miller. That is the Yellowhammer Design and Construction, Clyburn and Take Lines, Neon Bubbles, Car Wash, Lone Star Super Gas, Extreme Graphics, Torco Ratios, Rocket, J. Dickens, and Clayton Stuckey, the Lucas Oil Advanced Powder Coating, Graphic Arts Express, Mooring Transit, Fiber Tech, Laser Cutting, RV Collision Repair and Auto, Black Diamond Clements, number 15.
You did well. Dylan Hoover, 15970. Spencer Hughes, 15911. Clay Stuckey, 15960 on lap number 1. All 3 drivers very close. Second lap time for Dylan Hoover in the 99. Best lap, 15970. Third quick, Spencer Hughes. Second lap, not as good. He'll stand on a 15.911. And the second lap time for Clay Stuckey, also not as good. He'll rest on a 15960 after your first 3 cars. Spencer Hughes with the time to beat, 15.911.
Sporting the Midwest Sheeman and Lowering spoiler, your current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader out of Chandler, Arizona. That is Ricky Thornton Jr. He's the Bobby and Jessica Kohler, Hoka Trucking, Knights Companies, Coleman Farms Racing, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Elite Ready-Mix, Capital Waste, Sunoco Race Fuels, EMD Wrap Certified Inspection. That is a Longhorn Clements, followed by Dalton Wilson, the James Ratliff, Grant Lee Farms, MG Auto Sales, the Auto Outlet, Innovative Community Solutions, Kellner Contracting, JR Motor Sales, B&L Construction, Longhorn Clements, and Glenn Powell. He's out of Nixa, Missouri, in the capital Durham. Powell, POW Motorsports, and Powell with 2 L's, Mechanical, 26P.
Like his last name, Ricky Thornton Jr., top of the leaderboard, 15659. Dalton Wilson, 5th quick, 16366. Glenn Powell, 6th. 16.414. Second lap for RTJ Better. New time to beat, 15.434. Dalton Wilson, second lap better, but he stays 5th, 16028. The second lap for Glenn Powell, not as good. He'll stay 6th. But there's the new quick time and time to beat in All-Star Performance Time Trials. James in Group A. Ricky Thornton Jr. with a lap of 15.434.
Up next, welcome back to the Show Me 100 Week. He is the 2017 champion out of Oakwood, Illinois. It's the 32. That is Bobby Pierce. Bobby Pierce of the Low Voltage Solutions. Rio Grande Waste Services, Churchill Transport, Collins Brothers Towing, Duromax Racing, Buda Bird Transmission, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Toyota Danville, Carnegie Towing and Repair, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop, Floyd's Waste Systems, Fast One Speed Shop, Lincoln Tree Services, 32. Followed by the 2 out of Paragould, Arkansas, and his Longhorn Cornetted is Taylor Stevens. Tyler Stevens of the Keith Hammett Trucking and Conservation, Titan Well Service, the Shiny Honey Truck Walls, Pitts Fuel, and A to Z Racing Products and Cole Wells, the Midwest Sheet Metal Synergy Suspension, BassLivestock.com, Bill Vance Marine, TNT Yeoman Racing Engine 7.
Bobby Pierce second, 15834. Tyler Stevens a good lap. He's now second quick, 15.794. Cole Wells goes 8th quick on lap number 1. Here comes Bobby Pierce, lap 2. Is it better? It is. Back up to second quick, 15782. Second lap time for Tyler Stevens, not as good. He'll be 3rd quick right now. And the second and final lap time for Cole Wells, also not as good. He'll stay 8th after 9 cars. Ricky Thornton Jr., Bobby Pierce, Tyler Stevens, now your top 3.
Up next should be in a former Aaron Moran Rocket Durham. He is 75 years old. He is a Vietnam veteran. In the 1X out of Slater, Missouri, to be Richard Kimberling. Richard Kimberling, the Kevin Kramer, Sonny Kimberling. He still wants the soft sponsors that he has on Marantz Car, Unique Painting, Burlington Auto Repair, Main Street Auto Supply, Summit Heating and Cooling, Bob Morton Enterprises, Low 1X of Richard Kimmerling. Followed by the 96 out of Jamestown, Missouri. It is Dalton Imhoff. Dalton Imhoff and the Imhoff Construction, Imhoff Farms, Black Diamond, Shepherd Racing Engine, and Jace Parmley, Neosho, Missouri, the Liberty Homestead, Lucky Sailor Horse and Cattle, the Shiny Honey Truck Wash, Midwest Sheet Metal, CJ's Precision Tree Service, Bodies Truck Repair, Zach Sharp Enterprises, JR's Western Stores, Advanced Detailing, Bowman Farms Rodeo, Capital Chinook Motor.
Yes, I love it. Dalton Imhoff, 7th quick. Richard Kimberling, 11th. Now Jace Parmley goes 11th quick. Second and final lap time for Richard Kimberling, 12th quick, 1:17.545. Dalton Imhoff's best lap, 7:16.002. And Jace Parmley's best lap time is going to be 11th quick, 1:6.584. 12 cars have qualified. Ricky Thornton Jr. still has the time to beat, 1:5.434.
And the next trio will be the 1S. He comes to us out of Millport, Alabama. That'll be Jeremy Shaw. He's at the Bud Coley Trucking, Addie Grace Properties, USA Manufacturing, Ken Jeter Store and Restaurant, Jackson Restaurant Supply Company, and Hickory Creek Barbecue Cookers, Longhorn J. Dickens. Then it was scheduled to be Dylan McCowan. If he can't go, it'll be the 97 out of Dylan McCowan will make an appearance out on the track. Hopefully that was just an oil line, maybe.
Maybe.
He's at the Longhorn, Scott Bailey, Sonic America's Drive-In, Pomeroy Services, BLC Transportation, Mel Hamilton, Ford Heritage, Tractor, Empire Energy, Midwest Sheet Metal, numerated Dylan McCowan, and out of the Robaline, Louisiana, at the Longhorn Clements, it'll be Kate Dillard. Kate Dillard of the Jules Auto Sales, S&S Fishing and Rental, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Johnsville Company, Nichols, Strength Roofing and Siding, Wheeler Metals, Production Jars, and Jody's Oilfield Services.
Jeremy Shaw, 2nd quick. James Dylan McCowan, 3rd quick. And now Cade Dillard, 3rd. Does somebody in this trio have something for Ricky Thornton Jr.? Shaw gets a little high off turn 2. That'll scrub off speed. He stays 2nd quick. Dylan McCowan, 2nd lap. Not as good. He'll be 4th. The thriller, Cade Dillard. He's better on lap 2, but not quite good enough. 2nd quick for Cade Dillard, 1:5.481. Jeremy Shaw goes 3rd quick, 1:5.488. And Dylan McCowan, 4th quick, 1:5.737.
Can I go with Dillard as my dog?
I don't think he's a dog, is he?
No. See what the 97 can do. 2nd right now. My favorite 97 since Red Farmer, right? Gotta be. Or Michael Chilton, right? Brendan Willard, he's in the 3-car at Lebanon, Missouri, the Longhorn Vic Hill, Willard Asphalt, Allgaier Performance, Midwest Sheet Metal, Lakeside Auto Repair, Schaefer's Racing Oil, followed by Carson Ferguson, the Peeler Motorsports, Tupac Grading Company, Live Oak Aesthetic and Family Dentistry, Coleman Farms Racing, Sparks Oil Company, Buddy's Automotive, Brad Ben Trucking, Baker Mitchell Company, Triple Electric, Pro Fabrication, Boone HVAC, Solidify Concrete, Floor Solutions, Dan Ebert, the Collins Brothers Towing, Minnesota Truck Headquarters, Woody's Racing, Christensen Group, Amsoil, Rocket Durham, 60.
Brendan Willard, 15th quick on lap 1. Good lap for Carson Ferguson. He goes 4th fastest, and Dean Ebert is 12th quick his first time around. Brendan Willard, likely only racing with us tonight. He told me his 2nd lap time, 16th, 1:6.501. Carson Ferguson better, 3rd quick, 1:5.484, and Dan Ebert jumps up to 8th fastest. Good lap for him, 1:5.863. So now, after 18 cars in Group A, it's Ricky Thornton Jr., Cade Dillard, Carson Ferguson, your top 3.
All those at 15.4 as well. It'll be the 7J up next. It'll be Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson comes to us out of Aurora, Missouri. He's in the David Johnson Construction, Underground Concrete, Woody's Express, Ormsby Trucking, Jason Stump Grinding, Horner Roofing, Greenfield Ready Mix, Todd Exteriors, Bear Cave Customs, Longhorn Yeoman, followed by the 12 out of Alton, Missouri. It'll be Scott Crickler. Scott Crickler, he's in the Royal Oak, Crickler Timber Harvesting, GW Performance, Kaiser Rocket Cornet, and then the 58 out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, currently 4th in the points. It'll be Garrett Alberson. Garrett Alberson, the Ken and Beth Roberts, Low Voltage Solutions, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Snowco Ratios, Romer Machine, Denago Power Parts, Mitchell Ranch, Dickey's Doghouse, Cheap Cars, Done Right TV, Bill Sports Shop, Nutrient Solutions, Titan Racing Products, number 58.
4 more drivers qualify for this. Good lap for Ryan Johnson, 9th quick, 1:5.866. Scott Krigler goes 16th quick on lap 1, and Garrett Alberson, the time to beat, 1:5.205. Let's see what Ryan Johnson has on lap 2. Not as good. He'll be 10th. 1:5.866 his best lap. Scott Krigler's second lap time. Not as good. He'll be 17th. And Garrett Alberson with a 1:5.2050. That is the new time to beat in All-Star Performance Time Trials in Group A. And I believe
he's going to get
one more lap.
Yeah.
Second lap impeded.
He was coming in hot on that second one. Remember, he broke his own track record last Saturday night at Eagle. Garrett Alberson.
You were coming in hot to Atlanta, Georgia that time.
He's coming in hot to Atlanta, Georgia, 15.205. Can he go below 15? He's 0.2 of a second quicker than Thornton down the main straightaway. Here he comes.
15.191, Garrett Alberson.
As Tom Carnegie would say, it's even faster.
That was good.
The late, great Tom Carnegie, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. How about that? So it's Alberson, Thornton, Dillard, Ferguson right now, your top 4. Carson Ferguson. Remember, we're running 6 heats tonight. So these drivers will be split into heats 1, 2, and 3. Caden Gladys up next. He's out of Edina, Missouri. DJ, he is in the B-Scene Signs, Pro Designs, McVickers, Misty Valley Farms, Millard Family Racing, Toast Construction, Roberts Motorsports, Millard Family Chapels, Papage Construction, Longhorn Pro Power, followed by Mason Oberkramer. He's out of Rosalie, Missouri. He is in the Premier Flatwork, Oberkramer Trucking, Premier Custom Homes, Mr. Amico, Midwest Sheet Metal, SEMO Repair Service, Got Foam, and Challenger Construction. That's a Scott Bailey Power Plant, and in Hudson O'Neill, the Big River Steel, Wither Metals, Merrill Bonding, Subsurface of Indiana, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Westside Tractor Sales, O'Neill Salvage Recycling, Indiana USSSA Fastball Softball, Dyno One, Houchins Insurance, Bobcat Beach Hill, Sunoco, Longhorn Plants.
Caden Klatt 15th, Mason Oberkramer 18th, Hudson O'Neill second, quick James. 2-time winner here in April. Does he have anything for Alberson on lap 2? Klatt second lap, not as good. Best time 1:6.028, 16th. Mason Oberkramer 19th, 1:6.212. Hudson O'Neill, lap number 2 is better, but not good enough. 1:5.293, second quick for Hudson O'Neill in All-Star Performance Time Trials Group A. Garrett Alberson, Hudson O'Neill, Ricky Thornton Jr., and we've got the second most famous Van Zandt about to pull out on the racetrack.
Jimmy in 67, Jimmy Van Zandt. He's out of Pleasant Hope, Missouri. He's in Longhorn. Scott Bailey, Van Zandt Affordable Auto, Shiny Heine Truck Wash, Campbell Pest Control, Gunny's Mill, Dirtworks General Contracting, Powell Mechanical, Pappy's Place, Midwest Sheet Metal, Complete Services, Hotter Fireworks, and Wagon Wheel Family Restaurant. Longhorn, Scott Bailey, Jimmy Van Zandt, the qualifier in Group A. Alberson, O'Neill, Thornton, Dillard, your top 4.
The Wagon Wheel family, that is not the same wagon wheel.
That is not Darius Rucker.
It's no, or the old 97. No, it is not the same wagon wheel. It's just down the road from Eldora Speedway either. Here comes Jimmy Van Zandt. First lap time in the 67. He'll be 24th quick, 1:6.825. 6 heat races here tonight, so Group A, they are vying for their starting spots in heats 1, 2, and 3 here this evening. We'll wipe the slate clean after this and do it for the second half of the field. Group B, Jimmy Van Zandt's second lap time is not as good. He'll stand on a 1:6.825, and that'll be good enough for 24th quick in Group A. That is a wrap in All-Star Performance Time Trials Group A. Garrett Alberson laying down the quickest lap, James, with a 1:5.191. Hudson O'Neill second, Ricky Thornton Jr. third. If those lap times hold up, they will start on the pole of heat races 1, 2, and 3. And joining them alongside, Kate Dillard, Carson Ferguson, and Jeremy Shaw. Rounding out your top 6, you see the rest of the top 10.
Awesome.
There on your screen.
How about that?
And a complete show tonight, by the way.
Complete show tonight and tomorrow night. We'll run again for $10,000 tomorrow night, a record $75,000 on Saturday night. So those are locked in, pending the UNO8 scales. So the next group of cars, they will make up heats 4, 5, and 6 here tonight for the Cowboy Classic. We let off first time with the Lucas Oil Series in a couple of years at the original home of the Show Me 100, West Plains, Missouri. For the S3, that'll be Joey Smith. Joey Smith in a Victory Circle, Custom Race Engines entry, Buckhold Smith Plastic Fabrication, and the Gideons International S3. He'll be followed by the USA 1, Neosho, Missouri's Chris Hawkins. Chris Hawkins, he is in the Shiny Heine Truck Wash, Double Down Asphalt. say those close together, right? Pro Lube Auto Repair and Center, Stack Products, Custom Stripes. That's Stripes, by the way. Rocket Shepherd engine design, and the 81, the chaplain's right behind me, so we got to watch it. The 91 of Chris Jones out of Neelyville, Missouri. He's in the Russian Towing and Automotive Repair. Backus Excavating, Robinson Distributing, Helena. Yes, Centel Motorsports. Helena used to sponsor John Gill. Remember John Gill and Terry? Helena, Helena.
Yes, very good.
Steve Dennis, Baldwin Chevrolet, Reflections Family Hair Salon, and Real Tree United Country.
I can't read my writing.
That's what I was waiting for.
I was waiting for it, and I can't read my writing. Joey Smith, 16.453 on lap number 1. Chris Hawkins is going to go 17231. Chris Jones will go 16611. Lap 2 for the Tower of Power. Joey Smith, 16437. Second lap time for Chris Hawkins in the USA 1 is going to be third quick, 16973, and the best lap for Chris Jones is second, 16551. So after your first trio of cars in All-Star Performance Time Trials Group B, Joey Smith has the time to beat, 16.437.
Up next will be the 1X. He's out of Richmond, Missouri. That'll be Aaron Moran. He's in the Summit Heating and Cooling, Burlington, Main Street Body and Tow, Ricketts Mice Properties. That's a Longhorn Durham, followed by the 49 out of Blairsville, Georgia. Two-time Show Me 100 winner to be Jonathan Davenport. He's at the Lansing Darla Landers, Double M Motorsports. That's a Nutrient X Solutions, Dynagrow Seed, ASC Warranty. Mark Martin, Automotive, Mega Plumbing, the Carolinas. Longhorn Clements tonight, followed by first-time Lucas Oil driver Dallin Helm. He's out of Lahoma, Oklahoma, in the Swartz car, Pro Power. ShopAngryDuck.com, DJ.
Yes, I will. Jonathan Davenport, 15364. The new time to beat in Group B. Aaron Morant, 15949. Dallin Helm, 16160. Morant, second lap a little better. Not bad lap, James. 15875. Davenport, second lap a tick quicker. 15356. That's the time to beat. Dallin Helm, third quick, 16078. So after 6 cars in Group B, old JD's laid down a pretty good lap right there. 15.356.
Still the fastest overall. Garrett Alberson, 15.191. Up next driver, currently third of the points. The 99 out of Dresden, Ohio. You see him there. That is Devin Moran. He's in the Roger Sellers, Double Down Motorsports, Big River Steel, Lazy Days RV, C&W Trucking, Bo Mag, Millwood Plumbing, Anthony's Pizza, Peavy's Wrecker Service, Refuel Wellness, Red Oak Pub, Car Source Auto, McHugh Chrysler, Dodge Jeep Ram, Phillips Smoky Mountain Speedway, Holland Haskell's. That is a Longhorn Clements, followed by Tyler Kuykendall. First time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He's out of Warsaw, Missouri in a Rocket Motco engine. Williams Contracting, Alliance Driveway Solutions, T&K Automotive. Front runners, this is number 8K, followed by the number 1 in his own Titan race car entry. He's out of Little Rock, Arkansas to be Brian Glaze. In the Clements Power Titan Racing Products, Centennial Bank and State Farm, Patrick Sinclair. You know him, he's a State Farm agent, and 5-star Airbag sponsor Brian Glaze.
Devin Moran, fourth. Tyler Kuykendall, second. Good lap. Brian Glaze, sixth. Here comes the second lap time on Devin Moran. He'll be better. Third quick, 15619. Tyler Kuykendall, better. 15476. Excellent lap for the 8K. And Brian Glaze will check in sixth quick. His best lap, 16188. Davenport, Kuykendall, Moran. Now your top 3 after 9.
I can still change my dog pick. I might go with Kuykendall there. First time with Lucas Oil Series.
That's right.
Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Well, Daniel Hilzebeck, many laps here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Currently second in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. He's out of Earlham, Iowa. He's in the Manning Chiropractic, 22 Enterprises, Big Deal Car Care. Hilzebeck Farms, also sponsored by Finish Line, Body and Paint, Adams, Snow Removal, Alley Auto Sales. That's a Capital Clements, followed by the 18P in his Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series debut out of Ashdown, Arkansas to be Shannon Parker. Shannon Parker in the 18D car. He is in the Rocket Pro Power Parker Truck Repair. Buster Roberts Logging, Team 5 Enterprises, Redline Oil. Number 18, Dean and Donald McIntosh leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of their chase. His first time here out of Dawsonville, Georgia. The Billy Hicks Racing, Longhorn Clements, H&H Auto Sales, Coleman Farms Racing. Nobody Walks, NC.com. Donald McIntosh.
Daniel Hilzebeck goes 5th fastest. Shannon Parker is 10th quick, and Donald McIntosh 6th quick. on lap number 1. Lap number 2 for Erlenmeyer was Daniel Hilsebeck. He improves his lap time. James stays 5th. Best lap of 1:5.948. 11th quick for Shannon Parker. His best lap 1:6.554. And Donald McIntosh will go 6th quick. His best lap time is a 1:6.029. Still Jonathan Davenport, the time to beat after 12 cars in Group B with a 1:5.356.
Up next, driver DJ that was second last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase, back for another second tour this year with the series is out of Jupiter, Florida. That is Clay Harris. Clay Harris, he's in the Ken Harris Longhorn, Durham. Wilkerson Farms, Impact Electrical Services, Done Right Construction, National Fragile X Foundation, United Cable Systems, 12, Kings Construction Supply, 6, followed by the 157. He is in the Skyline Motorsports Infinity by Wells Clements. Quick Supply Company, received by the Transportation, Truck Country, Burning Rock Products, K&M Auto Salvage, Brown's Heavy Equipment, Olsen Explosives from Mikey Marlar. Mike Marlar out of Winfield, Tennessee. Followed by the 31C, another first-time visitor of the Lucas Oil 800 Series out of Russellville, Missouri. It's Cole Henson. Cole Henson and the Lee's Door Company, GBH Builders, Precise Lawn and Landscaping, Grill Heads, RCR Design, Bob Collision, Weed Landscaping, DHR Customs, Rocket Hatfield for Cole Henson.
Mike Marlar 4th quick. James Clay Harris is 9th fastest. And the checkered flag is going to fly on the 6 of Clay Harris for his second lap time. Better, good lap. 7th quick, 1:5.976. Mikey Marlar jumps up to 3rd quick. 1:5.536, and Cole Henson's best lap is 10th, 1:6.146. So now, Mike Marlar 3rd, Tyler Kuykendall 2nd, Jonathan Davenport still the time to beat. Group B, All-Star Performance Time Trials.
Up next, a driver who won the opening night race this year at Golden Isles. By the way, how about the new Speed Week schedule for 2026? If you've not seen that, check that out, lucasdirt.com, right? After the Daytona 500, we'll start the Speed Weeks 2026 for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He was 4th last week at Eagle. It is the Golden Beard. It is Tyler Bruning. Tyler Bruning out of Decorah, Iowa. He's in the Skyline Motorsports Infinity by Wells Clements. Quick Supply Company, Truck Country, Olsen Explosive. Burning Rock Products, Brown's Heavy Equipment, 16, followed by the 98 out of Aurora, Missouri, 2-time track champion Justin Wells. In the TNT, Scott Bailey, Petty John Construction, Henry's Towing, Wilson Dock Construction, Super Seal, Bill Vance Marine, Midwest Sheet Metal, Mullenberg Excavation, Jason Stump Grinding, BassLivestock.com, and Corey Lawler, the Longhorn Pro Power, PPC Lubricants, Ponchos Racing Products, Creekside Auto Sales, number 93.
James Tyler Bruning, the Golden Beard 2nd quick, 1:5.452. Justin Wells 9th fastest. Corey Lawler 8th quick, good lap for the 93. 2nd lap time. Tyler Bruning not as good. He'll be 2nd, 1:5.452. Justin Wells 6th quick, good lap for the 2-time and defending track champ, 1:5.816. And Corey Lawler improves on lap 2, will be 9th quick, 1:5.961. So Tyler Bruning now 2nd fastest. Tyler Kuykendall 3rd, Mike Marlar 4th. They all still trail Jonathan Davenport's lap of 1:5.356 after 18 cars.
Here's the driver that made some noise here a year ago, DJ. 16 years old. He's out of Neosho, Missouri. It'll be Jackson Ertl. Jackson Ertl in the Rocket Modco Racing Engine Entry. Ron's Towing, 3D Tank, Goodman Truss, and Black Rain Ordnance. 1/4 J or a 4th J. Branded over to the 76. He is in the Riggs Motorsports Factory Team. He's out of Evans, Georgia. The Garnto Southern, Big Dog Stumpin' Tree, Napa Auto Parts, Roof US, UNOH, Dude Wipes, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Heartbeat Hot Sauce 76, and Kyle Bronson. The Atomic Music Group, LLC, Race Car Engineering, Marshall's Equipment, Lucas Oil, Michael Lloyd Hauling and Demolition, LTX Home Builders, Angry Elephant Tattoos and Piercings, number 40B Longhorn Clements.
Jackson Ertl 15th quick on lap number 1. The 76 of Overton 6th quick, 1:5.704. And Kyle Bronson 13th quick, 1:6.055. 2nd lap time. Jackson Ertl made a name for himself here last year. Not as good. 17th. 1:6.405 his best lap. Overton up to 5th. Lap 2 is better. 1:5.565. Lap 2 for Bronson is better. He'll pump up to 12th. 1:6.023. James, breaking news. 3rd quick, Tyler Kuykendall, 10 pounds light at the scales. There's no green.
He will have to go to the tail. There's no burn off in qualifying heats of the B main, only in the main event. So Kuykendall bitten by the UNOH scales. So 3rd quick time here in Group B, and that was a pole spot in Heat 6, right?
Yes.
Yep. Heat number 6 would have been the pole.
Yeah, right now it would have. Yep.
So that is adjusted. So it'll be the 21, his first time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series in a while. And in Meeker, Oklahoma, it'll be Chris Willite Jr. Chris Willite Jr., he's in the Black Diamond Modco. Sponsored by Fine Roofing Supply. Chris Willite Sr., Bikes and Metals Technologies. Followed by the number 1 out of New Berlin, Illinois. It'll be Brandon Shepard. In the Mark Richards Racing, Rocket Durham, Valvoline, Sauber Calf Ranches, Franklin Enterprises, Petrov Towing, Gunners Honey, Ace Metal Works, Styles, Bishop Marine and Maintenance, Rocket One Pre-Owned, Collins Brothers Towing, Sunoco Racefield, followed by Gordy Gundaker out of St. Charles, Missouri, and Longhorn Clements, Oaker Trucking, Bitcoin Men's Crypto Club, McKay Corporation, JB Salvage, a shout out to Ken Robinson, number 11 of Gordy Gundaker.
21st for Chris Willhite, 7th for Brandon Shepard, 8th for Gordy Gundaker. We'll see what Shep and Gordo have for him on lap number 2. Willhite's second lap time's a little better. He stays 21st, 1:6.549. Sheppy to second, James, 1:5.432. And Gordy Gundaker's second lap time, not quite as good. Still good enough for 8th quick, though, 1:5.733. And again, all of this before the penalty on the 8K of Tyler Kuykendall.
So actually, he'll be 7th. So there you have it. So heats 4, 5, and 6 will be lined up this way. Jonathan Davenport will be in the pole of heat 4. Brandon Shepard on the pole of heat 5. Tyler Brenning on the pole of heat 6. Outside row 1 and heat 4 will be Marlar. Heat 5 will be Overton. And heat 6 will be Devin Moran. That is unofficial till it becomes official.
That's right. Missouri Division of Tourism presenting that look at how the top 10 shook out in All-Star Performance Time Trials here this evening. But it was Garrett Alberson with the overall quick time. That came out of Group A here in All-Star Performance Time Trials with a 1:5.191. And he is going to make his way back out to the front straightaway where he will grab a word with our very own Ben Shelton.
Garrett Alberson, his 5th All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier Award of the year. And of course, a year ago tonight, he was the All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier. Looked to be on his way to his first career series win, a late caution erased that. But he did get his first win later in the year at Port Royal Speedway. But race fans, tonight, your All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier. How about it for Garrett Alberson? Well, Garrett, you have got 5 All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier awards this year, a track record that you got last week at East Bay, won at All-Tech. What is it about this team that you guys have found speed early in the night in 2025?
It's so important, the qualifying part of it, and, everybody's trying hard at it, but for some reason we just kind of fell into a good little system here, and it's super critical at this place, especially. When you can hit the ground with some speed here, everything goes a little easier because it's hard to dial yourself in if you're not. So super proud of the guys. We've worked hard. We've had all kinds of adventures the last week or so. So it's going really good.
Guys, he's got a big smile on his face. One more time, Garrett Alberson, tonight's All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier. He'll be on the pole of Penske Shocks 1. We're going to head off to a commercial break. Thanks to marketing partners. When we come back, opening ceremonies and racing action. It's the Cowboy Classic from here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Don't go anywhere.
We showed the world what it means to go big. Combining mini-mill technology with industry-leading talent, producing steel our customers need in an environmentally responsible way. Now, we're going even bigger. Big River Steel is building a second, highly sustainable and technologically advanced steel mill, allowing us to deliver even more of the sustainable steel needed to solve the challenges of tomorrow without sacrificing performance today. That's big picture steel.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is back big for 2025 as the Big River Steel Chase for the championship presented by ARP kicks off in January and concludes at the season finale at Eldora Speedway in October. Drivers will battle for over $1.3 million with $250,000 awarded to the series champion at Eldora Speedway. Don't miss the action all season.
ARP, the ultimate fasteners for racing in the dirt. With high horsepower demands, ARP delivers maximum clamping force and performance. When failure on the dirt is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com.
Turn your passion into a career at the University of Northwestern Ohio. From high performance to automotive, diesel, and everything in between, you'll find a degree that will get you a job.
Students that go through our programs have fantastic experiences and they come out getting good job placements.
70% hands-on, no out-of-state tuition, and accredited degrees in trades that are in high demand all across the country.
10 out of 10. If you even think this is the right place for you, you better just go.
Learn more about your future at unoh.edu.
This is what you save your lunch money for.
Welcome to the High Limit Room.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by Lucas Oil Products. Keep that engine alive. By the Missouri Division of Tourism. Always something new to see in the Show Me State. And by Nutrient Ag Solutions, the largest agricultural crop input business in North America. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lucas Oil Speedway here in Wheatland, Missouri, as we get ready for opening ceremonies for night one of Show Me 100 weekend. We're going to send it down trackside to Mr. Doug Neff.
Well, thank you, and welcome to Lucas Oil Speedway Memorial Day weekend right here at the Diamond and Dirt Tracks. As we do each and every week, we'd like to pay tribute to some special people in the stands. That is our veterans. If you have served or are serving in the United States military, whether it be the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, or the Coast Guard, please stand at this time and be recognized for your service. Please join those heroes standing among you here tonight for our invocation, Reverend Alan Perkins and Racers for Christ.
Thank you for removing cover. Can we pray? Father, we thank you for a wonderful evening to come together at this racetrack to enjoy the fine sport of auto racing. We pray, Lord, your blessings of safety in and around this track upon every driver, every crew member, every person that is working on the track tonight. And Lord, we thank you for the men and women who serve our country and have served our country. We pray your blessings upon them for their sacrifice. Lord, we thank you for Lucas Oil Speedway. We thank you for all the sponsors and workers here and pray your blessings upon them. And now, Lord, we ask your blessing upon this great United States of America, and may the racing be fast, fun, and furious tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please remain standing. Remove your caps for the performing our national anthem. Tonight, Mississippi's own Miss Chris Link.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the best fans in the stands here at the Diamond and Dirt Tracks. Before we send it upstairs to Dustin Jarrett and the immortal James Essex, it's time, Lucas Oil Speedway, to answer the question, are you ready for racing tonight? Upstairs to you.
Well, thank you, Doug. I appreciate it. Oh, my goodness.
The immortal James Essex.
Yeah, there you have it. I guess. I don't know. Well, the Cowboy Classic tonight's going to be 45 laps, 10,000 to win. Who will be on the victory fuel pole tonight? The winner of heat number 1, Dustin Jarrett, which is coming up next. Garrett Alberson broke his own track record at Eagle last week. He's fast time overall here tonight. And he is on the pole of Penske Shocks heat number 1. See this beautiful facility, the Diamond of the Dirt Tracks, hosting the richest show me $175,000 here on Saturday Night DJ. Take it away, my friend.
Garrett Alberson, as you mentioned, on the pole. He's out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, and on his outside, out of Robeline, Louisiana, the 97 of Cade Dillard.
How about Dylan McCowan? We thought his might be done. Left a trail of oil. Apparently, they got it fixed, him and his dad and the crew. He's going to start inside row 2. He's out of Urbana, Missouri, former modified track champion here. And Dan Ebert running for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. I'm sure he's been before in a USMTS modified, first time in a late model. He is out of Lakeshore, Minnesota.
I like how you said that. Clayton Stuckey out of Shreveport, Louisiana. The 15 starts inside row 3. He'll be flanked by the driver out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the 18D, the big perm, Dalton Wilson.
It'll be Mason Oberkramer, the veteran out of Brosley, Missouri in 93, and Brennan Willard out of Lebanon, Missouri. And on the back, he told me he's 75 and a half years old. He's a Vietnam veteran, Richard Kimberling, in a former Aaron Morant car. Tip of the cap to Richard. He was in Vietnam in 1971. He has raced for 55 years now, and he's out here against the best of the best, giving it a try. And my tip of the cap to that gentleman right there.
That's awesome.
No doubt about it.
This track looks great.
Looks good.
Danny Lorton, Casey Schumann, the entire staff here, they have got this thing looking very, very good here this evening. James, you talked about it. Penske Shocks Heat 1. The winner of this one will start on the victory fuel pole for tonight's 12th annual running of the Cowboy Classic. 45 laps will be the distance in our main event. 8 laps, the distance in each of our 6 heats tonight. Top 3 top three race their way into the show.
How about Cade Dillard? His first time at the Show Me 100. He'll be with us, I'm sure, down the road at the Topless 100, running an independent schedule the rest of the year. And the 97 on the outside, Louisiana. New Mexico and Louisiana.
I'm here for it.
On the front row here in the Show Me State at the Nutrient Ag Solutions Start Zone. Heat number 1. The top 3 go to the Cowboy Classic. Here they come, DJ.
Green flag is out. We're underway in 8 laps. Top 3 transfer. And a good hold shot for the 58 of Garrett Alberson. Cade Dillard going to try to get that run down the back straightaway. They thought about going 3 wide back there for the final transfer. Instead, Clay Stuckey is going to come out with it at the end of the first lap.
Into turn number 1. It is going to be Alberson. I tell you what, they can run anywhere on this track right now. He'll get the run down the back straightaway with Dillard, but right now Alberson lead by about 7-8 car lengths. Clay Stuckey runs in third. He was with us at Eagle last week. Young up-and-coming driver, the Lucas Oil 15, but working hard. Here comes Dylan McCowan, the Sonic drive-through. I'll take a bacon double cheeseburger and tater tots. Here he comes.
Looking more like Sonic the Hedgehog rolling around the outside of the racetrack. Loses ground there, though. Dan Ebert is able to work his way by. McCowan trying to get the high side rolling. That's the battle for the final transfer. 3rd, 4th, and 5th in your screen. Dare I say it, you're not missing anything out front. That's not good. Scott Flickinger out front leading. No matter what the top of the ticker says, it's Garrett Alberson out front again. 3rd,
they touch wheels. Ebert's going to lose ground. McCowan goes to the outside. Dylan, he's going to take the spot. But Stuckey hanging on in 3rd. Man, I hope Jarrett's watching tonight. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Great battle for that 3rd and final transfer spot. 1st and 2nd solid, but a terrific battle off of turn 4. Stuckey, they've got 3 to go.
Oh, baby.
Man, McCowan is driving it for all he wants. Out and down the back straightaway, he'll have run. Stuckey holds him off. They'll have 2 to go. It is all Albertson by over 3 seconds over the Louisiana driver. But here they come, and they're about to be joined by another driver, Dalton Wilson.
Indeed, they are. 2 laps to go for your race leader, the 58 of Garrett Alberson. Oh, here comes the 8. My goodness, again, we need the quadruple box already, James. Barron's Performance, 1 to go, final time around for Garrett Alberson. Cade Dillard well in 2nd. We're keeping our eyes glued to the battle for the transfer.
And the Barron's Performance, 1 lap to go. Dylan McCowan, does he have the run on the outside? Stuckey leaves him room? No! Stuckey shuts the door, they touch. By the way, Alberson's already won the race. Dillard is 2nd. Who's going to be 3rd, DJ?
Coming down to the line off corner.
Oh, man! Are you serious? He got him.
McCowan by 73 1/1000ths of a second.
Wow!
Hello, Wheatland. Finishing in the final transfer spot, Dylan McCowan on the last lap. Cade Dillard takes home the 2nd spot. And your winner has decided he does not want to talk to Ben Shelton. He is going to take it straight back to the pit area. It's so fast. The Romer Machine and Welding, Low Voltage Solutions, Bill's Sports Shop, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Titan Racing Products, Sunoco Race Fuels, Lucas Oil, Dickey's Doghouse, Cheap Cars sponsored. Number 58. How about it for Garrett Alberson?
In his defense, the last time he started on the pole here, I interviewed him, and he got his heart broken in the closing laps when Thornton got him after that caution. Hey, guys, though, Alberson getting more and more consistent every week. 4th in the points from the pole tonight. He's going to be tough.
Absolutely.
Hey, Missouri, how about Dylan McCowan? Nice finish there for the former modified track champion. By the way, Alberson won by over 5 seconds. You said that, right?
Oh, my goodness. Hudson O'Neal, mentioned earlier, 2 wins here. The spring shootout back in April. He's on the pole of Summit Racing 8-2. And on his outside, Lincoln, North Carolina's Carson Ferguson in 93.
Bobby Pierce, the current #1 Drake driver in the nation. He is the 2017 champion of the Show Me 100 Oakwood, Illinois. And Ryan Johnson alongside the 7Js out of Aurora, Missouri.
It's all Missouri all the time. Dylan Hoover and Caden Klatt in row 3. Scott Krigler and Jace Parmalee in row 4. Krigler unable to answer the call. James, 7 cars, 8 laps, top 3 transfer. Summit Racing Heat 2 will fire in the Nutrient Ag Solutions starting zone.
O'Neal won here twice in April. The spring shootout, $27,000 he took home. By the way, the top 18 in points after tonight, tomorrow night. They will be in that Hellraiser Jack's Pit Crew Challenge. O'Neal takes the lead. Here comes Carson Ferguson. Ferguson, he is up to 9th in the points out of turn number 4. Pierce runs 3rd with 1 in the books.
Hudson O'Neal, your leader at the end of lap number 1. There's Carson Ferguson. There's Bobby Pierce. Your First two cars down to the bottom of the racetrack. You see Pierce trying to work around the high side, and then it's all Missouri all the time. Ryan Johnson and Caden Klatt side by side in fourth, and they make contact.
They did. Got a door dented in on the 50 car. They're still side by side. Johnson and Klatt into one. Right now the top three pulling away from these 4 cars back here. It's all Hudson O'Neal. He has been the Hooker Trucking Hard Charger 4 out of the last 6 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series races. If he wins tonight, he'll start third. Move over Hard Charger, right?
Oh my, no more Hard Charger.
You only have to pass 2 cars,
That's right, that's exactly right. Great racing here from fourth on back, but this now happens well behind the lead trio. James halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go. It's still Hudson O'Neal out front. Great shot there down the front straightaway. As you see Caden Klatt flirting with the concrete coming off corner number 4.
Hudson O'Neal, former, of course, Show Me 100 winner, along with his dad, Don O'Neal. Don O'Neal has won it before. Again, Hudson O'Neal won it in 2021. Meanwhile, Carson Ferguson's going to the top, but he's 1.4 seconds behind Pierce. There's still the battle there. Caden Klatt, Dylan Hoover, Ryan Johnson, Jace Parmley again. Scott Krigler did not start as they head down the main straightaway. 6 down, 2 laps remaining.
You talked about it earlier. Dylan Hoover, no sponsors on the side of that race car. If you're watching at home and would like to get that driver maybe some fuel or some tires, let him know. As Hudson O'Neal drives into your living room, the Barron's Performance 1 to go. There's the gap back to second place, Carson Ferguson.
1.7 seconds under Rob Penrod's white flag as he stretches out into turn number 3. The former Show Me 100 winner. Pending the UNOH scales, he will start third here tonight in the Cowboy Classic.
Hudson O'Neal wins Summit Racing Heat 2. Carson Ferguson second, and Bobby Pierce will round out your transfer cars in third, followed by Caden Klatt, Dylan Hoover, Ryan Johnson, and Jace Parmley. So Bobby Pierce is third, Carson Ferguson is second, and there is your winner. He will start from the third starting spot here tonight in that SSI Motorsports, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Wheeler Metals, Merrill Bonding, Big River Steel, O'Neal Savage and Recycling, Dyno One, West Side Tractor Sales sponsored Longhorn, out of Martinsville, Indiana. How about a round of applause for the new deal, Hudson O'Neal.
Hudson picks up his 6th Simpson Race Products Heat Race win of the year. He will start back in position at number 3 here tonight. Pulls off the helmet. Huddy, you came here back in April and you swept the weekend. What were you able to get out of that weekend? Not just confidence-wise, what did you learn about this racetrack you can use here this week?
Yeah, that was the most important thing. Just getting here, getting familiar with the dirt, and just getting comfortable with our changes. And we've unloaded exactly the same way we were whenever we were here in the spring, and have similar speeds. So thankful to be in this position and to have a good race car. And we got a good starting spot for tonight in this show. So hopefully we can go back and make the right changes and make the right tire call. And we'll see what we got for him.
Guys, he's got a big smile on his face. Hudson O'Neal, I tell you what, ever since Jason Durham joined that team, certainly got things cranked up. He's going to go after a big win here tonight. Meanwhile, it's time for heat number 3, and man, this one's loaded as well.
Absolutely. I like River riding along there. Cool at Thermotech Heat 3, Ricky Thornton Jr. Current series points leader on the pole out of Chandler, Arizona on his outside. Out of Millport, Alabama, the 1S, Jeremy Shaw.
It'll be Tyler Stevens, DJ's in the 2 car. He's out of Paragould, Arkansas. And Spencer Hughes, the JCM Motorsports car out of MISS, ISS, IPPI.
Pair of solid locals in row 3. Dalton Imhoff in the 96. Cole Wells in the 7. And your final 2 starters, Glenn Powell in the 26 and Jimmy Van Zandt in the 67. 8 cars, 8 laps. Top 3 transfer. This is Kulo Thermotech Heat Race number 3, and they're going to fire in the Nutrien Ag Solutions starting zone.
Ricky Thornton Jr. sporting the Midwest Human Loan spoiler. If he hangs on to that through the weekend, $2,500 bonus. Sunoco Race Fuels Road to Wheeling. Jeremy Shaw, who made the race here a couple of years ago, runs in the 2nd spot. How about Tyler Stevens at 2? Was it Stevens a couple of years ago had that bad luck? He had a couple of good runs, nearly made the show. Good quiet side-by-side battle back there for 4th. Imhoff and Hughes, Ricky Thornton Jr. out at 2 down the back straightaway.
Side by side there towards the middle of the field. You got the 7 of Cole Wells on the inside of the 19M of Spencer Hughes. Spence trying to drive it back to the outside. They stay wheel to wheel. You're looking back on the battle for 5th. Dalton Imhoff in 4th. Tyler Stevens just in front of him. Stevens holds down the final transfer spot in 3rd. Coming around this time, James 3 in the books, 5 to go.
Good run for the 96, Imhoff. Jamestown, Missouri, right through the middle into turn 1. Trying to get to third. First and second look good right now. Thornton and Jeremy Shaw. So Ricky Thornton Jr., 51 career wins in the Lucas Oil 800 Dirt Series, winning last week the Malvern Bank High-State Eagle. $75,000 on the line here on Saturday night as he's looking for his second straight Lucas Oil Championship as he comes out at turn number 4. And that Bobby and Jessica Kohler, 20 RT, 5 down, 3 to go.
I tell you what, he looks good, but you can see the 1S of Jeremy Shaw kind of creeping in and out of your screen there. Shaw just 1 second back of the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader. Then it's a ways back to your third place car, Tyler Stevens. Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 more laps to go for RTJ. There's the gap back from second to third.
Barron's Performance, 1 lap to go. It's 1.2. Thornton over Shaw. Stevens about 3.5 behind them. Jeremy Shaw trying to make up some time, but he's going to run out of time. Barron's Performance, 1 lap to go for RTJ. Into turn number 1. Jeremy Shaw cut into lead as Thornton went way up top side. Shaw's going to cut into it. He's cut into 9/10 of a second, but they're on the final lap into turn 3.
Indeed they are, through 3 and 4 for the final time. Shaw closes in, but the sands have run out of the hourglass. Ricky Thornton Jr. will get the win and cool at Thermotech Heat 3. Jeremy Shaw second, and Tyler Stevens will finish in the final transfer. Cole Wells nipped Dalton Imhoff at the line for 4th, and Spencer Hughes, Jimmy Van Zandt, and Glenn Powell. Tyler Stevens 3rd, Jeremy Shaw 2nd. Your winner is going to grab a word with Ben Shelton, the Ultimate Towing and Recovery Elite Rating Mix Capital Waste Certified Inspection Services. Coltman Farms Racing, Hoker Trucking Knights Company sponsored 20 RT out of Chandler, Arizona, Ricky Thornton Jr.
Ricky Thornton Jr. with a series best 12 Simpson Race Products Heat Race win of the year. He'll start 5th tonight. Jeremy Shaw closed in late. We're going to talk about that as Thornton, the driver of the Kohler Motorsports 20 RT, pulls off his helmet. As James said, he picked up his 51st career win last Saturday at Eagle Raceway. 2 of 3 he won over there. Jonathan Davenport won on Friday. Ricky, you got the win in the heat race, but they're late. Jeremy Shaw was closing in on you. Were you searching around different grooves, or do you need something a little different out of this race car for later tonight?
I'll just kind of search around there. I feel like I need to get a little bit better, just knowing exactly where I need to be to move around and still get speed. I feel like I watched the race here a few weeks ago, and HUD and JD can just kind of manipulate their car a little bit different than we can. So trying to just move around, see if we can get a little bit better doing different things. I feel like normally I'm pretty good here once it gets slick, but those guys are probably still a little bit better than we are. So just kind of wait and see here. Gotta thank all the fans for coming out. My wife, my kids, everyone at Kohler Motorsports been working hard. We've been here since Sunday, so it's nice to be able to come out here and have a nice place to work. Just hats off to everyone at Lucas Oil Speedway for everything they do for us. So looking forward to the future here.
Guys, Ricky Thornton Jr., he will start 5th. Meanwhile, Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 4 makes its way out. Winner of this one's going to start outside front row alongside Garrett Alperson tonight's 45-lap feature.
The Breakfast of Champions confetti, the kids... they're probably a little hungry. It's been a while since he's won since last Saturday. All right, DJ, for the outside of the front row, Simpson Race Products Heat number 4. Unfortunately, we don't have a Simpson in it this year.
No, we don't.
Jonathan Davenport, the 49 out of Blairsville, Georgia. And on the outside, driving the Redfinity, it is Mike Marlar, the Infinity by Wells, 157 out of Winfield, Tennessee.
Double ones on the inside of row 2. That's Gordy Gundaker out of St. Charles, Missouri. And double deuces on his outside out of Earlham, Iowa. It's going to be Daniel Hilsebeck.
The Atomic Music Group 40B Race Car Engineering, Brandon, Florida. Formerly out of Brandon, Nebraska. It is Kyle Bronson. And then Cole Henson, 31C, first time with Lucas Oil 800 Dirt Series. He's out of Russellville, Missouri in 31C.
Joey Smith and Shannon Parker bring up the final row in Simpson Race Products Heat Race number 4. 8 laps, top 3 transfer. As Ben said, the winner starts on the outside front row of the 12th annual Cowboy Classic.
Nutrient Ag Solutions, good start for Davenport. Not a good one for Marlar. Hilsebeck to the outside. Daniel Hilsebeck, could he sit on the front row tonight? He's got to outrun one of the best in the business, Jonathan Davenport. Right there to the bottom goes Hilsebeck. Here comes Marlar back to the top. Out at turn 4, 1 in the books. It's Davenport. Marlar has it back going up top as he's on the outside of Gordy Gundaker, the final car in the house tonight. Here comes the Redfinity down the back straightaway.
1, 2, 3, and 4 all right there, and now 1 pulls away just a little bit. That's Jonathan Davenport. Yep, good look.
Look at this.
Good look right there down the front straightaway. Well done, Landon Summers side by side for the second spot. Here comes the Redfinity. Here comes Mike Marlar on the outside. You're looking at the battle for second.
In that Capital, they're still side by side at a turn 4. Marlar by a car length at the line. Davenport by 1.3 seconds. Marlar down to the bottom. He'll drift to the outside. Hilzebek gets a run down the back straightaway, and they'll pull even into 3. Good battle there. Good clean race. Mikey Marlar, Daniel Hilzebek. Gordy Gundaker runs 4th. Davenport is already in turn 1, but a heated battle for second continues into turn number 1.
And as you mentioned, Gordy Gundaker one spot out of a transfer, just a stone's throw behind these two drivers who continue to race side by side, and a good clean battle, boy, when Wheatland is on. Wheatland is on, baby. Lucas Oil Speedway is sporty here tonight.
Marlar can, and Hilzebek goes to the outside, and here comes Gundaker. Gordy Gundaker down the back straightaway for 3rd. The St. Charles, Missouri driver, he'll take it. Son of the Hall of Famer, Kevin Gundaker, down the main straightaway, give 3rd by a car length to Gundaker with 2 to go.
Boy, Bitcoin Ben is smiling right now. Gordy's got the 11 in the show for the time being. Hilzebek going to try to tiptoe around the top of this racetrack. Barron's Performance 1 to go. See you later. Jonathan Davenport out front by 3.5 seconds. Battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on the right side of your screen.
I don't know who's going to finish 2nd. Davenport is going to win, pending the UNO8 skills down the back straightaway. Here comes Hilzebek and Marlar. Gundaker back to 4th. Final time around. Davenport wins. Who's going to get 2nd, 3rd? Here they come, DC.
2nd's going to go to Mike Marlar, and Gordy Gundaker is going to take the 3rd spot away from Daniel Hilzebek in a highly entertaining Simpson Race Products heat race number 4. Bronson 5th, Henson, Joey Smith, Parker. Gordy Gundaker 3rd, Mike Marlar 2nd. Jonathan Davenport is going to get the win. He'll start on the outside front row tonight. The Double L Motorsports, Nutrient Solutions, Grow Seed, ASC Warranty, Mark Martin Automotive, Mega Plummy of the Carolinas, sponsored number 49.
Well, last Friday night, he won the heat race, and he told me I could drive it in the feature, and luckily he didn't do that because he won. JD, you won the Show Me 100 last year. You came back here in April and got some laps. What did you learn from that heat race that you can use for 45 laps later tonight?
I don't know. This place is so fun when you can move around. It's just now starting to get slick enough that you don't have just a ton of grip, and so you gotta manipulate your corner entry to get a better launch down the straightaway. So this place is really fun when it's like that, and kind of moved to the middle there at last lap and didn't feel bad. So we'll go back and kind of look at lap times and see where we are versus all the other guys, and just make a decision from there. Just want to say hello to everybody watching back home. Thanks to Nutrient Solutions once again. And I got my boy with me this weekend, so pretty pumped about that. So hopefully we can get him in victory lane.
He's got a big smile on his face. He's got his family with him. Guys, he will go after his 88th career win tonight. He's 2nd on the all-time win list for the Lucas Oil Series, only behind the late, great Scott Bloomquist.
What a great sense. What a great battle for 2nd there as Marlar and Gundaker advance. All right, Lucas Oil Products heat number 5. It's all Brandon all the time. It is Brendan Shepard on the pole to number 1, and on the outside it's Brendan Overton in 76.
I can't do that nearly as well with Justin Wells out of Aurora, Missouri in the 98, and Corey Lawler continues to show signs of speed out of Hanover, PA in the 93.
It'll be Donald McIntosh leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. The Billy X79, he's out of Dawsonville, Georgia. And Brian Glaze in the Titan Race Cars 1G. He's out of Little Rock, Arkansas.
And a pair of Chris's in row 4. Chris Wilhite Jr. out of Meeker, Oklahoma, and Chris Hawkins out of Neosho, Missouri. USA 1, once again, 8 cars, 8 laps, top 3 advance to the Cowboy Classic. The winner of Lucas Oil Products Heat 5 will start on the outside of row 2 in tonight's A-Main.
2 drivers that return full-time in the Lucas Oil Series. Shepard, the reigning World of Outlaws champion. The Hunt to Front Super Dirt Series champion, Brandon Overton. The Nutrient Solutions start zone. They're down the battle back straightaway. Neither have won the Show Me 100. They really haven't run here all that much. And the pass down the straightaway. Remember, Overton broke a drive shaft in hot laps, DJ, right?
Yeah. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. They almost got together, as you just saw there, coming off corner number 4. Overton led by 8/100ths of a second on lap number 1. Brandon Shepard going to try to peek a nose down to the inside, won't be able to. And don't look now, but Justin Wells is joining the party at the front of the field.
2-time and defending late model track champion here at Wheatland. Good battle there for the lead. Meanwhile, behind him, McIntosh and Lawler looking for a good starting spot, trying to make it out of this or a higher starting spot in that second B main. 3 down, 5 to go. 2 distinct lines right there in this race. Overton way up against the wall down the back straightaway. Shepard now go to the bottom. Brandon Overton and Brandon Shepard, two of the best of the business down the main straightaway, halfway in heat number 5.
And we're going to have ourselves a Coleman Farms Racing caution flag as we have got a car stopped at the top of the racetrack down in turn number 1, and it's going to be Chris Hawkins out of Neosho, Missouri. So for the first time in racing action this evening, we see the Coleman Farms Racing caution.
And thanks to Brett Coleman, of course, sponsoring again this year the sportsmanship among perfect attendance drivers. We'll get that at our awards banquet later in December. That'll be $2,500. Again, thanks to Brett Coleman for all he does with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Don't forget Greg Dethridge, who had planned to be here this weekend, the Dethridge Racing Competition's most popular driver that you can vote on. That's $500. That goes to lucasdirt.com. Ben, down to you.
Guys, sometimes when you see these events like the Show Me 100 that are a little outside the region from where some of these guys normally run, from like Brandon Overton, yeah, Brandon's been on the national scene, but he's only started the Show Me 100 once, and he was 17th back in 23, but if you remember, that doesn't tell the story. He was in contention for the win, then contact into the front stretch wall late in the race. So Overton's only started this event once, and one thing that I think we've all noticed over the past month or so, that team has started to find a lot of speed and a lot more consistency.
Absolutely, Ben. Hey, let's go ahead and take a look at the instant replay to see exactly what happened to the USA 1 of Chris Hawkins. Great camera work right there, and oh, baby. That great camera shot right there is
Thank you, Larry. Great job there. All of our videographers do a fabulous job there. So Chris Hawkins, that nice-looking USA 1, the shiny, Heine truck wash, who's gained in popularity over the last couple of years.
The shiny Honey truck wash has gained in popularity?
Well, just because of you and I saying it, right? How many times, right?
Stacked Products on the side of that race car. He's a dealer for Stacked Products as well. Ben?
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to him. He does a lot to help a lot of these race teams. He is also the owner of Shiny Honey Truck
Yes, he
Wash.
is.
He created that. They opened up, I believe, earlier this year, and they've worked really hard on that. Hate to see that bad luck there, but again, putting his money where his mouth is, as he supports a lot of race teams, and we see him at a lot of events as well. They'll try to get it put back together for either later tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, Justin Wells, two-time track champion here. His son Cole Wells was out earlier. How about Corey Lawler? Let's give him a shout out. Takes a lot of grief sometimes. I mean, going up and down the road, it's hard, right? He's made the last 3 Lucas Oil races at Eagle without a provisional. He's put himself in the show. He might do it here tonight. Here they come. Nutrien Solutions restart zone. Overton. Here comes Cole Wells. Has the run on Brandon Shepard into turn 1. That is Justin Wells, rather.
Yes, Cole's dad. Cole's dad
Where's
has
Eric
the run
Wells?
to the outside. We have everyone here except Eric Wells. Brandon Shepard going to try to get that spot back, and he will momentarily. Here comes Donald McIntosh. D-Mac trying to look to the outside now of Wells. That would be a battle for the final transfer. James, 3 to go.
Right now, Brandon Overton, 0.6 of a second. Shepard, Wells, McIntosh, Lawler, Wheelheight, Glaze. McIntosh still to that top. The Billy Hicks 79. The O'Reilly Auto Parts cannot make it stick. And Corey Lawler, front end damage. And that's going to bring out a Coleman Farms Racing caution with 2 laps to go here in Heat 5, Dustin.
Corey, that was James that put the commentator's curse on you, by the way.
Oh, my.
Tough break. I didn't get to see what happened, but you can see that thing looks like it got sucker punched in the nose.
He's a good kid, isn't he? I mean,
Yes, he
you've
is.
known him and his dad, Poncho, for many, many years. And like I said, he tip of the cap. When they do well, tip of the cap to all of them, right? I mean, this is hard. If it was easy, everydy'd be doing. Whoa!
Oh, no.
Well, he took another shot in the front.
Oh.
This was from the wrecker.
The wrecker just backed into the snout of the 93.
The snout. Elephant ears galore down there, right?
Huh. Well.
Yeah. So we got 6 down, 2 to go, and it's going to be Overton, Shepard, Justin Wells will be 3rd. McIntosh 4th in 79 as we get a look at Corey Lawler's front end on the nose piece on the 93 car.
And get that car hooked up to the back of the wrecker and get him pulled off the racetrack. Tough break for Corey Lawler. Great camera work by Adam Martz down there in the infield all weekend long.
By the way, it is full points tonight and tomorrow night. There will be provisionals tonight and tomorrow night. Again, the 18 drivers will be locked in. They will be eligible for that Hellraiser Jacks Pit Crew Challenge. And again, thanks to Tim Sheets, who's here with Chrissy Hensley, $6,000 to win. Are you kidding me? That is awesome. 1,500 for second, 600 for third. Plus, you have the best appearing crew, right? That's 1,000.
You and I and Ben would not win best appearing.
And
crew.
we will cover that in the infield. UI and Ben, and maybe Chris Davis will get him in on it. Don't forget, we have the Midwest Sheet Metal Challenge race as well, right? Because the winner will have the option to win, take the 2,500 and head to the house, or start shotgun in the field.
What if we had an announcers pick crew challenge? You, me, and Ben versus Shane Freeby, Doug Neff, and a third announcer of their choosing. Oh, they only need 2, Shane says. Well, that's good because Ben's short. And that's only. Hey Ben.
Hey guys, I've seen my abilities changing tires on my daily driver. You don't want me on your crew out there. I can tell you that right now. And also, as much grief as we gave a lot of these teams last year, we don't want them to have the chance to watch us make fools of ourselves trying to do it.
Well, you turned down Davenport, offered you a ride last week, and
yeah,
he won the race.
Yeah, and he won, though, James.
He won. Yes, he did win. So you definitely will not be in that car.
If I had been in that car that night, Longhorn would have won because they would have needed a brand new race car by the end of that night if he'd let me drive that race car.
Wouldn't Chocolate Myers be your all-time favorite pit crew guy, right? Chocolate Myers. That guy would be like Vic Hill. He could lift the engine out of a car by himself.
He's
right?
a big old boy.
He could change all 4 tires at once, right?
The gas man, Danny Chocolate Myers. Did not have a Chocolate Myers reference on the broadcast tonight.
Wasn't Tom Sneva the gas man? Who was the gas? Was it Tom Sneva?
Sneva.
How about Robert Schwartzman on the pole of the Indy 500? He's not in a Schwartz car, though.
You don't know that.
The first rookie since Teo Fabi to be on the pole of the Indy 500. You remember Teo Fabi, the Skull Band at 33? Here we go.
Yes, I do. Not Harry Gant. Here we go. Less than 2 laps to go. Brandon Overton, Brandon Shepard, Justin Wells running 1, 2, 3. Barron's Performance 1 to go. And Brandon Shepard's reeled back in your leader, James.
Now Shepard to go to the bottom. Good battle there. Out at 2. It's not over yet. Overton is going to get the run. The Barron's Performance final time around. Shepard's going to the outside. Does he have a run down the straightaway? It's going to be Brandon Overton. It was going to be a Brandon either way, but 1/10 of a second. It's Overton, Shepard, Wells, pending the UNO8 scales testing.
Yeah, you see the rest of the top 8 there on your screen. Finishing in the 3rd spot, it was Justin Wells in the 98. Finishing in 2nd, it was the Rocket 1 of Brandon Shepard, your winner. It's going to take another lap out of Evans, Georgia, in that Riggs Motorsports Longhorn Factory team number 76, the Heartbeat Hot Sauce, Napa Auto Parts, Garto Southern, Messiah Valley Transportation, Dude Wipes entry. How about a round of applause for Brandon Overton?
Brandon Overton, his 8th Simpson Race Products Heat Race win of the year. He'll start 5th tonight. 3 wins on the year. One of those came with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series at Circle City. All right, Overton, I want to know. It got exciting there coming to the checkered flag. Did you have any idea how close Shepard was to you?
Yeah, I could see him on the TV. I was just trying to keep my speed up, and I was just having a hard time trying to stay in the bottom. We'll work on it and get her fixed for this feature. We got a good starting spot, so we'll see what we got.
You love me some Brandon Overton. I also love that he was watching him on the TV, guys. Welcome to the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. And that one got exciting as there was a couple of Brandons in the mix of that one. And James, I know you were chomping at the bit.
He's also got a farmer's tan on his forehead there. You see that?
It has nothing to do with the hat backwards that is strategically placed. Nothing. It's coincidence.
Great job, Ben. Thank you very much. The 6th and final heat's brought to you by Lucas Oil Products. There we go. It's Tyler Bruning. The gold beard. He was 4th at Eagle last week. He's on the pole of Heat 6 out of Decorah, Iowa. Outside the driver, 3rd of the points. The Double Down Motorsports 99 out of Dresden, Ohio. That is Devin Moran.
Row 2 on the inside. You got a lot of things happening up here right now. It's going to be. Did you get Aaron Moran? I heard Moran.
No, I did not. I got the front row.
You got Moran, not Moran. Aaron Moran, Clay Harris in row 2.
Dallin Helm, not Dallin Murdy. He's out of Loma, Oklahoma. Jackson Ertl in the quarter J. 1/4 J, and then Chris Jones and Tyler Kuykendall, who would have been on the pole of a heat race but was 10 pounds light at the UNO8 scales. 6th and final heat of the night for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Bruning and Moran, both in the top 5 at Eagle last week. New to next, loose start zone. We are underway.
You see him fan out there coming off turn number 4. It looked like one of those Indy 500 starts. A good start, though, for the Golden Bear, Tyler Bruning, and he leads him nearly 3 wide down the back straightaway. Moran 2nd. Here comes Moran. It's Moran and Morant and Clay Harris.
Who's the guy on the Grizzlies? Ja Morant? Yep. Billy Moyer Jr.'s favorite basketball player, by the way.
Ceremonies.
We miss you, Billy Jr. Hope you're watching tonight. Tyler Bruning out in front. Moran way up top. Down low is Morant. Then it's Harris, Ertl, Helm, Kuykendall, and Chris Jones.
Oh, things are getting busy back there, James. Here comes Jackson Ertl in the quarter. Remember, he made a name for himself here last year. He's trying to race his way in tonight. If he passes Clay Harris, he'll be one spot out of a transfer. You are looking at the battle for fourth. Jackson Ertl down to the inside. He had it that time by it in the straight, James. He just needs to get one more spot.
I think he had him by an eighth of an inch.
By half a cat's whisker.
Yes, Bruning out in front. I'm waiting for you to say that about Bronson. Bruning, Morant. 4 down, 4 to go, halfway. Final heat of the night. Moran still to the top, Moran on the bottom. Up top, here comes Clay Harris. Clay Harris second in last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. He's got some speed going into 3 and 6, but it's all the 16. It's all golden beard all the time with 3 to go.
I can't tell the difference when you say Miranda and Miranda. I'm just going to be honest with you.
How about Clay Harris?
There we go. Yeah, Harris, there is no doubt about that, and he is trying to work his way into a transfer spot. Aaron Morant in the 1X has the 3rd position, and Clay Harris working around the top.
He's right there. Harris is there into 1. He's going to leave him room. 2 to go. Barron's Performance, 1 to go. Harris trying to make it stick. Down the back straightaway. 3 and 4. He's better. Moran moves up a little bit. Clay Harris still on the gas. Barron's Performance, 1 left to go. Bruning, Moran. Battle for 3rd is going to go down to the wire again in another heat race here.
Double it up for you at home. Tyler Bruning by 2.5 seconds out front. Devin Moran has a healthy advantage over the battle on the right side of your screen for the final transfer. Checkered in the air. Tyler Bruning wins. Lucas Oil heat race number 6. Devin Moran second. The final transfer spot goes to Aaron Morant, followed by Clay Harris, Jackson Ertl, Tyler Kuykendall, Chris Jones, and Dallin Helm. So Aaron Morant races his way in. He'll finish 3rd. Devin Moran races his way in. He grabs 2nd. And Tyler Bruning, winner at Golden Isles a little bit earlier this season, gets the win in that Skyline Motorsports Quick Supply, Olson Explosives, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Bruning Rock Products, Can-Am Auto Salvage, Truck Country, Brown's Heavy Equipment, sponsored Infinity Chassis. And by virtue of winning Lucas Oil Products heat race number 6, Ben Shelton, he is going to start on the outside of row 3 in tonight's 12th annual Cowboy Classic.
Well, Tyler Bruning became a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series winner for the first time in his career back at Golden Isles Speedway in the season opener, the 93rd different driver to do it. Tonight, the 913th event all time, as Bruning a frequent flyer at the front of the pack. Tyler, what has been the biggest thing for this team over the past month? I feel like every time you unload, you're contending. What's been the biggest thing that's clicking right now?
The car is just really good, you know. It's making me look like I know what the hell I'm doing out here. So, it's fun to have a good piece and be able to compete and mix it up with the guys up front. It makes it a lot more fun. The Infinity race cars right now is really good. Tim's been working with us. I had to say thanks to Wells and all their people there at the shop. And looking forward to this feature and all weekend. Hopefully we can get it done.
True or false, you shaved before that heat race and the beard came all the way back in 8 laps.
You know, I'm actually thinking about I might have to trim it one of these days, maybe get a little aerodynamics going. So,
well, he's pretty fast. If he gets any faster, he's going to be a contender. He still might be here tonight. Tyler Bruning wins the 6th and final heat race. He'll start 6th. We're going to head to break real fast. Thanks to marketing partners. We'll be right back to Lucas Oil Speedway.
Welcome back to Lucas Oil Speedway. Here in Wheatland, Missouri, the Diamond of Dirt Tracks, a little bonus racing action for you from a rain out earlier in the season. The O'Reilly Auto Parts USRA stock cars on the track. They'll have a 20-lap feature. They ran 2 heat races back at the tail end of April, and your front row consists of the 2 heat race winners. James Ellis and William Garner both won their heats. James out of Richland, Missouri in the 83, and William Garner out of Lebanon, Missouri in the number 7. That makes up row number 1 behind the Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace Truck. Row 2 is Butch Bailey from Novelty, Missouri. And a second-place finisher back in March, Christopher Sawyer, is going to start 4th. He's in the 12 out of Buffalo, Missouri. Row 3, Alan Letuhan from Republic. And a second-year driver, Dawson Finnewald, also a second-generation driver out of Appleton City, Missouri. He starts in 6th. 2023 champion here at Lucas Oil Speedway, Mason Beck, starts in 7th. Zach Zeigen outside of him in row 4. And then Rodney Schweitzer, he's won 2 times here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He starts in 9th. Blake Bolton on his outside out of Appleton City. Again, this one of 5 classes that runs here on a normal weekly basis here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Super stocks are an addition. They're not going to run a full season, only a handful of times as they enter the Lucas Oil start zone. And the 83 of James Ellis gets us underway. Green flag racing 20 times around for the O'Reilly Auto Parts USRA stock cars. William Garner out of Lebanon, Missouri stays right beside him. His best finish has been 2nd 3 times, so he has been bridesmaids a handful of times on this season. He currently sits 6th in the point standings. Maybe tonight, the first time he picks up a win in the 2025 campaign. That is after a 4-win season and a championship a year ago. James Ellis drops back to 2nd, and Christopher Sawyer will look to capitalize on a slow-rolling 83. Didn't have the best of starts on the opening lap. Ellis dropped back and is now 5 to 6, now 7 car lengths behind William Garner. Side-by-side action for 4th. That is the second-generation driver of Dawson Finnewald in the 22. His dad, Johnny Finnewald, the Flash, a former late model champion here 3 times over. And looking to the inside of that 3-car battle is the 0 of Mason Beck, a past champion here at Lucas Oil Speedway, really trying to find his way here in 2025. He does have 1 win on the season. That is coming off of a 4-win season a year ago, and 14 times he found victory lane back in 2023. He's on the inside of that 3-car battle with the 23 of Alan Letuhan shooting the gap right up the middle. He is currently 4th in the point standings at Lucas Oil Speedway, and he will jump up into 3rd. So Letuhan up to 3rd. Christopher Sawyer right now riding along in one of his best runs of the season, as he has now gotten around Letuhan for 3rd. And William Garner in the 7, he is flat out flying. He has a 2.7 second lead and is just continuing to build on that as he has gotten about a half a straightaway advantage over Ellis. Ellis in 2nd, Christopher Sawyer in 3rd. Now Mason Beck has moved up to 4th. Look to the inside of Letuhan. Alan Letuhan out of Republic. On the outside of Mason Beck. Now to the outside of Christopher Sawyer. What a lead that William Garner has built up. There's your lead car coming off of turn number 4. You don't see anybody until Gardner gets to the entry to turn 1. That's whenever you finally start to see James Ellis enter the picture. And then it's another half a straightaway back to Sawyer, Mason Beck, and Letuhan. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. All in the screen. That's the only real battle for position right now, is cars running in 1st and 2nd have flown past everybody else. Butch Bailey makes an early exit as he is off the track, and a pass for 3rd. Mason Beck goes around Christopher Sawyer. See if Letuhan can do the same thing as we have crossed past the midway point. 10 laps down, 10 to go. Blake Bolton in the 34 currently sits 8th in the point standings, 2 top 10s. He's now looking the inside of Alan Letuhan. And he's up to 5th. Rodney Schweitzer, who started towards the tailback, has not really been able to move up through the field. And right now, William Garner, nobody out the front window. He can look straight down all the way down the back stretch. and nobody out his rear window as well. He has about a half a lap ahead of second place running Ellis. So William Garner nearly a half a lap ahead of James Ellis. He is in the left side of your screen leading the pack. And now Christopher Sawyer has gotten around Alan Letuhan. Christopher Sawyer, best finish this year has been second. Best finish last year was 7th here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He was the past champion in a pure stock at Lake Ozark back in 2018. That was with 5 wins. And Mason Beck, the past champion here at 23. That was with 6 wins that year. He's up to 27 career victories. He had 2 back-to-back stellar years. In 2022, had 12 wins. 2023 had 14. Finished 4th in the USRA Nationals in 22. As laps wind down, now 5 to go, and Dawson Finnewald, after taking a spin in turn 2, wisely moves to the infield, parks it on the grass, and we stay green as Dawson Finnewald parks it on the green. William Garner in that Franklin chassis. Eagle Power Plant, Mitchell Capital Management, Lee Rose Puppies, and G&M Transport. The lead for William Garner has gotten so wide you can't even see the second place running car back behind him. It is a full-blown half a lap that William Garner has on the field. You ready? Underneath the Foley Equipment flag stand, there's Garner. And we wait. And we wait. It's almost beer 30 as Ellis off of turn 4. That's your second place running car. And that's with 2 laps left. So barring an epic failure from William Garner, he could almost coast out of fuel through 3, 4, and down the front stretch before Ellis would have a chance at him. William Garner, 14 career victories after last year, still looking for win number 1. He has finished second 3 times so far this year. And the checker flag will fly for William Garner. No real doubt about this one as he almost catches up to the tailback of the field. And William Garner, first victory in 2025, will go to last year's track champion in the Lebanon, Missouri native. He won a heat to set up a front row starting spot a month ago. And he will win from the front row. Started outside row 1, led all 20 laps. You want to lead every lap. You only need to lead the last lap. Well, mission accomplished on both fronts. As William Garner wins, he takes over Ellis in the 83 in second. Mason Beck moved up to 3rd. Blake Bolton in 4th, and Christopher Sawyer. That rounds out your top 5 from here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Garner will go and cross the scales, come out. Doug Neff is headed down to the front stretch, as we will hear from my tag team partner on a weekly basis. Doug Neff making his way down as he does every single week here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Get a look at the beautiful sunset just on the horizon, looking off to the west. And this has been a very busy facility over the last few weeks. Amsoil Off-Road Series came in for the off-road event, a 3-day show they had just a couple of weeks ago. Still waiting for our big Lake Lucas event coming up in a few weeks. Kubota High Limit Sprint Car Series will be here end of July, and it was just announced a couple of weeks ago. The USAC Sprint Cars will be coming up towards the tail end of the year, so some major events going on here in Wheatland, Missouri. And that sun may be all the way down below the horizon before William Garner makes his way back out. Last year's track champ will come out from over in turn number 2. He has crossed the scales. He will head back to the Henry's Towing Tech Barn, otherwise known as the Room of Doom. Have to go through the rest of Tech and see if he can unearth from the other side unscathed, but he will quickly head out to the front stretch and make his way to victory lane for the first time this season after a 4-win season a year ago here at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. He won 3 times back in 2023, the past champion at Dallas County Speedway. He won championships in a bomber, a pure stock, and a stock car. And now the general manager, Danny Lorton, welcomes your winner took a month to get to it, but William Garner wins here at Lucas Oil Speedway. And Doug Neff is down trackside. Let's hear from William.
William Garner, Lebanon, Missouri. What a great run here tonight. You got out front and stayed there.
Yeah, I just tried to hit my marks and run as hard as I could the whole time. I knew the past 3 races I ran second, and I was like, I'm not running second in this race. So.
Well, I know you got a lot of people that helping you get the car to the track.
Yeah, I got to thank Hogan Land Title, Eco Equipment and Solutions, Bar T Cattle, Franklin Motorsports, him and Mitchell helped me a lot. Johnny Finwald, my father-in-law, Jess's Well Service, Icon Graphics. He had it looking good, and I've been hard on it, but just everybody that helps me on this. I know I'm forgetting a lot, but if it wasn't for them people, I wouldn't be doing this.
Well, you know, they said if you would have done this on the night we were supposed to, it would have been your birthday. So kind of a belated birthday present getting to victory lane.
Yeah, it would have been a good one at that time, but we'll take it now. So,
William Garner, Lebanon, Missouri, your winner.
All right, Doug, thank you very much. Congratulations to William for win number 1 here at Lucas Oil Speedway. One more race coming up for our local drivers, but after this quick timeout, we're going to finish setting the grid for the Lucas Oil late models, and they're going to go ahead and roll on out. So, Dustin, we'll give it back to you. Finish setting up your grid.
Psych! You thought they were going to break. I did too. William Garner, hey, if you don't win a race by 11 seconds, you're dead to me. I mean, 11 seconds.
Those are
James.
Kyle Larson and Ricky Thorne Jr. numbers, right?
Yes. All right, Fast Shaft Speed Main number 1, staging on the back straightaway, 10 laps, top 2 transfer, Clay Stuckey on the pole in the 15, on his outside, the 50, out of Edina, Missouri, that's Kate Klatt.
Well, Cole Wells, his dad, Justin is in already. He's out of Aurora, Missouri. Dan Ebert alongside in 60.
12,
Minnesota.
Yes, 12 drivers from the state of Missouri in this first Fast Shaft Speed Main. 2 of them in row 3. Dylan Hoover in the 99 out of Columbia, and Jamestown's Dalton Imhoff in the 96.
Dalton Wilson, he's out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, the Ratliff 18D, and Ryan Johnson out of Aurora, Missouri in the 7J.
Spencer Hughes starts inside row 5. He's in the 19M, and on his outside out of Brosley, Missouri, Mason Overkramer in the 93.
Jace Parmley, he's out of Neosho, Missouri in 82. Jimmy Van Zant, Pleasant Hill, Missouri in 67.
Inside row 7, Brennan Willard out of Lebanon, Missouri in the 3. And Scott Kriegler out of Mountain, Missouri on the outside.
And Johnson, they got to give a push to him. Glenn Powell, Nixa, Missouri. Richard Kimberling does not make the call. How about Ed Dixon? Forgot about the flying 50, right? Ed Dixon, one of the greats. Washington, Missouri, the late great Ed Dixon, former UMP national champion. How about Clayton Stuckey? He's with us at Eagle last week. Hitting the road out, and again this year, he is Ronnie and Terry Stuckey. And Ben, do we have an update on Jarrett Stuckey?
He's continuing to recover. Hope to see him back at the track with us visiting very soon. I believe Terry, his mom's here tonight. I saw Ronnie down in the pits and continue to pull for Jarrett Stuckey. Very strong, very brave young man, and he's really come a long way. I wanted to throw at you, James. You're talking about your all-Missouri team, and just for consideration, Denny Felker, Rex McCroskey, Ken Essery, Leslie Essery. Of course, you got to talk about the Mooneyham family. I mean, there's so much history. Growing up watching them LRA at places like Batesville and West Plains, driving up from Memphis, I got to see some amazing drivers. And I think I really didn't realize at the time how much talent they had in this scene.
Well, Denny Felker was second in the first green, right?
He was.
Yeah.
What was the chassis,
American
James?
made chassis, right?
That's right.
Look at you. That's right. That's exactly
Thank you,
right.
Ben. Great job as always. And the 33rd Show Me 100 Air Saturday night, $75,000 to win. weather's looking, hey, I mean, we're not meteorologists. We play that on TV, but, I mean, we'll be here tomorrow night, 10,000 to win. Saturday, 75,000. Don't forget the Hellraiser Jack's Pit Crew Challenge Saturday afternoon. The top 18 locked in after tomorrow night. $6,000 to the team that wins that, plus a $1,500 valued Hellraiser Jack. Awesome. $1,500 for second, $1,000 of the best appearing crew. Thanks to Tim Sheets, who's here tonight. Chris Davis is here tonight. Clayton Stuckey and Caden Klatt for the green flag, DJ. Here we go.
Yeah, they're here tonight as well, and they're trying to race their way into the show. We only take the top 2. Look at Clay Stuckey. Look at Caden Klatt. Look at Cole Wells. Look at Dan Ebert. Man, they're all right there trying to race their way in track. Looks good tonight.
Pretty sporty.
End of lap number 1. Might have been Clay Stuckey. It was.
It was, but here comes on the bottom Cole Wells. Dad's already in the show. Here comes the big perm. Here comes Spencer Hughes working the bottom. Remember, we will have provisionals tonight. Down the main straightaway, that was close. Only 2 advanced since we ran 6 heat races and took 3. Look like it's slightly Spencer on the bottom. Here they come down the back straightaway. Oh, man, Spencer Hughes got a good car. He started in 9th. Out at turn 4, he's making a bid for second at turn 1, Dustin.
Spence is rolling in that Colton Miller JCM Motorsports number 19, glued right down to the inside of the racetrack, trying to take that final transfer spot away from Caden Klatt. He's got a run on him in turns 3 and 4. Happens behind Clay Stuckey, this time by the line. Yes, Spencer Hughes from 9th to 2nd.
Halfway coming up next time around. Caden Klatt to the outside. Cole Wells, Dan Ebert. Hughes again started inside of row number 5. He's to 2nd within 4 laps. Remember, they are down to 1 car. They lost a car last week at Eagle. They'll rebuild, get ready here for the upcoming schedule down the back straightaway. Cole Wells is 3rd, Klatt, Ebert, Wilson. Dalton Wilson would probably be the first provisional. He would be if he doesn't make it out of this. And right now, he's running in 6th. And he got to run in the top 2, 4 to go.
Yeah, 4 laps to go. As you see on the left side of your screen, there's a look at the intervals between the top 5. A 1-second advantage for Clay Stuckey over Spencer Hughes. Spence has been closing that gap. He's been the faster car of the 2 the last couple lap times, and he'll do it again. Spencer Hughes closing in on Clay Stuckey. What was a 1.5-second lead has shrunk to 8/10 now for the driver out of Shreveport, Louisiana. 2 laps to go. There's your lead duo.
Remember, Stuckey lost at the flag stand, 2 at the loop line to Dylan McCown in that heat race. Spencer Hughes making up time as they pulled away from Wells. Out of turn 4, Barron's Performance, 1 lap to go for Clay Stuckey and Spencer Hughes into turn 1.
Now, final time around, Spencer Hughes again just a little quicker that last time by the Clay Stuckey. These 2 drivers, though, going to race their way into the show through 3 and 4 for the final time. Clay Stuckey will get the win in Fast Shaft Speed Main number 1. Spencer Hughes will finish 2nd. And those 2 drivers advance to the 12th annual running of the Cowboy Classic. Cole Wells, Dan Ebert, Caden Klatt, Dalton Wilson, Ryan Johnson, Mason Oberkramer, Dylan Hoover, and Brennan Willard all on the outside looking in. Here tonight, Spence gets 2nd and Clay Stuckey gets the win. In that Black Diamond race car, Clemens power plant under the hood. The advanced powder coating, laser tech fiber cutting Graphic Arts Express sponsored number 15 for a 2-time winner this season already, Clayton Stuckey.
How about Larry Mooring helping out? Larry Mooring, Graphics Arts Express, Mooring Transit. Yeah, good to have that name back. And yeah,
I saw that.
Larry doing well. Spends some, I think it's Arizona, but he lives in Forreston, Illinois still. And
I mean, the only thing we're missing is a brown race car.
Yes,
right? I mean,
and a brown hauler.
Yes.
Awesome. Always good to see Larry Mooring. I hope he's here maybe this weekend. We'll get a chance to talk to him somewhere down the road. So Stuckey and Hughes, they go through the UNOH scales. They will be in the show. UNOH B main number 2, DJ, looks this way. Daniel Hilzebeck, seconding to O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year Chase, Earl Amaya. And Donald McIntosh, who leads the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Chase, Dawsonville, Georgia in 79.
Yeah, one of last year's O'Reilly Rookie of the Year candidates, Clay Harris, starts inside row 2, and on his outside, the fastest cat in Brandon, Florida, it's Kyle Bronson in the 40B.
Chris Wilhite Jr., he's out of Meeker, Oklahoma in 21. Jackson Ertl, the quarter J, or 4th, Jay. 16-year-old, he's out of Neosho, Missouri.
Cole Henson out of Russellville, Missouri, going to start inside row 4. On his outside out of Little Rock, Arkansas, the 1G is Brian Glaze.
Boy, Tyler Cockendo, he's going to think about that 10 pounds there if he doesn't make it out of this race. He's at the 8K out of Warsaw, Missouri. And Joey Smith, the S3 out of West Plains, Missouri in the S3.
Corey Lawler has got to come from the 11th starting spot in this one. He's in the 93 out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. And on his outside, the 91 out of Neelyville, Missouri, it's going to be Chris Jones.
In your final 3 starters, Shannon Parker, Ashdown, Arkansas. Chris Hawkins not out there, and neither is Dallin Helm in the 4. Hopefully they'll be ready to go for tomorrow night, DJ. 10 laps. Final preliminary of the night for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here at Lucas Oil Speedway. And then we'll settle up on the provisionals.
Only 2 are going to race their way in. Final prelim of the night. We still have a makeup modified feature, and they got all jumbled up right there. We'll see if that start stands. It indeed will not. Welp.
The drivers are also using the lightsaber as well that they've got inside the cockpit.
Not a lightsaber.
I see it right. I see Rick's got. Is he?
Yes, he does.
We need one. We need one of those up here.
I mean,
ours will be green though. Please stay green, right? Let's see the replay of this here
all the time.
Dave Warren Power Sports replay.
Chris Wilhite, Chris Wilhite tried to time it. Timed it a little too early.
If you don't try, it's. Hey, give him props for that.
That's right. So he goes back a row.
Yep.
That'll move Jackson Ertl up to the inside of row 3. We'll try it again. Daniel Hilsebeck on the pole. Donald McIntosh on the outside.
Gonna be tough to get in. Hilsebeck and McIntosh, top 2 in the rookie points. Here comes Clay Harris. He was second to Drake Troutman a year ago. Down the back straightaway, here comes McIntosh. Right now, it would be Dalton Wilson and McIntosh. Then Hilsebeck. Down the main straightaway, Daniel Hilsebeck with the lead. Battle for second, Donald McIntosh. Last year's Spring and Southern Nationals champion. Battles on the outside of Clay Harris. They go side by side into turn 3.
Important to know the driver just behind them, the 40B and Kyle Bronson, James, he does have to race his way in. He will not have a series provisional, and right now, the 40B currently runs in 4th. We're only taking the top 2. Hilsebeck out in front. He's able to gain a 9/10 of a second advantage over the battle for the final transfer on the left side of your screen between the 79 of McIntosh and the 6 of Harris.
How about the 31C? Cole Henson, first time with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And that 31 car on the bottom, down the back straightaway, but he got to get into the top 2. Harris and McIntosh battle for it. It's the capital of Hilsebeck. That sounded pretty good, didn't it?
Right, you did well.
The capital of Hilsebeck from Earl of Iowa, 4 down, 6 to go.
You might make it go with this announcing thing here sometime soon. Hey, great battle there for the second spot between Clay Harris and Donald McIntosh. Those 2 drivers been putting on a show since the drop of the green flag halfway home. 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. Shout out to Cole Henson in the 31C as he currently runs 5th. He's outside of a transfer, but he's doing a great job. He's actually looking down to the inside of the 40B and Kyle Bronson. And we've got trouble at the back of the field as Brian Glaze went around and Shannon Parker came in there late and got into the side of him and made hard contact. And that will put us under the Coltman Farms Racing caution with 5 down, 5 to go.
Yeah, he was sitting down there, Glaze at his own Titan race car entry. Hard contact from Parker. Hopefully both of those will be okay. See the right front fender on the right front nose piece on. He's going to call it a night.
I'm actually surprised.
Better days for him tomorrow.
Surprised Parker. I'm surprised both those guys are driving away because Parker came in there and clocked him pretty good.
You remember when Shannon Babb first started? He had a white 18.
Yes, he did.
Kind of reminds you of that. Hilsebeck looking good. So is McIntosh. He's second. McIntosh and Harris, quite a battle there. Bronson will be 4th. 5 down, 5 to go in the final prelim of the night. We're still going to do Delaware double file. Feature tonight again is 45 laps in honor of Cowboy Chancellor. Well, let's see what Bronson can do. And Henson got to get in the top 2. If McIntosh and Hilsebeck make it in, it would be Wilson and Ebert. Unofficially, here we go.
Inside information, side by side
about a
for
quarter
that second spot. Yep, Jackson Ertl just back there behind him as well. Only 2 transfer. Donald McIntosh trying to turn back the advances of Clay Harris. 4 to go.
Still a good race for second. 6 down. Bronson still married to that top, but he's losing ground. Clay Harris slipping to the bottom there, out at turn number 4. It's still Daniel Hilzebeck in the 22 car with the lead. Again, he's got a lot of laps here. Remember, he ran MLRA for a couple of years. And right now he pulls away. Harris has got to get it going, takes a shot to the bottom. But out of turn number 4, they've got 2 to go to get into the show.
Boy, Kyle Bronson is doing everything he can. You just saw him peeping into the top of your screen. There he is. I mean, he is really ripping the lip here around this racetrack. I don't know how much ground he's gaining, and what he is going to be too little too late, because we're coming around to the Barron's Performance 1 to go.
Well, it's entertaining to watch. Final lap. It's all Hilzebeck McIntosh right now as he's pulled away from Clay Harris. Bronson probably is going to get 4th, but 2 spots out of it. Ertl battles back on the bottom, but Hilzebeck will lead wire to wire in 22.
He gets it done in UNOHB main number 2. Donald McIntosh 2nd. Clay Harris is 3rd, and Kyle Bronson gets 4th at the line over Jackson Ertl. But only 2 transfer out of the 2nd UNOHB main. It's going to be Donald McIntosh in 79, and your winner out of Earlham, Iowa, Daniel Hilzebeck in the 22 Enterprises Manning Chiropractic Big Deal Car Care Hilzebeck Farms Finish Line Body and Paint sponsored number 22.
So unofficially, DJ, it'll be Dalton Wilson and Dan Ebert, and that's unofficial, as obviously becomes official. Those should be the final 2 starters. Any emergencies? I'm not sure if they've got any left, though, Harris or Lawler, DJ.
All right, we're going to go to a very quick set of commercial breaks. When we come back, Makeup A main for the modifieds will be on the Speedway. It's the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing.
And welcome back to a beautiful sunset here at Lucas Oil Speedway. A few birds in the air on a beautiful night. Slightly overcast skies from here in Wheatland, Missouri. I'm Shane Freeby. Dustin and James, they're going to take a quick break for hopefully only 20 green flag laps as the Bill Robert Chevrolet Pace Truck rolls out. Clear Creek Golf Cars USRA B mods follow in short order. We started with 29 B mods a month ago. 29 all qualified for the A main, but with this being a Thursday race, only 15 were able to show up. But they are the heavy hitters, and most of the front of the starting grid already back in the house. And John Sheets, a 6-time winner. He's your current point leader here at Lucas Oil Speedway. 6 times he's won this year. 2 times here at Lucas Oil Speedway, 1 during King of America and 1 during our Pitts Homes and Realty Weekly Racing Series. And Ryan Gilmore, he's also picked up a victory here at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. He's going to start outside row number 1 out of Springfield in the 66. Colson Kirk won a heat race to get his second row starting spot, and Robert White looking to change his fortune. He's gotten off to a bad start to the year, but maybe P4 starting spot will be the medicine that he needs to get back to the front. Dawson Davis won 4 times this season. He starts inside row number 3 with Casey Thomas on his outside. Wes Long and Trevor Drake back in row number 4. The last win for JT Carroll came back in 2023 in a pure stock here at Lucas. He's going to start in P9. Carter Harrison on his outside. He won at Springfield back in March. Row 6 is Waylon Dimmitt, the champ at Urbana last year, and Ryan Eddy on his outside in the number 15. He's going to start in 12th. Row 7 is Donnie Jackson from Lebanon and Ryan Smythe from Camdenton. And then the champ at Dallas County Speedway all the way back in 07, Clifford Lynn. He starts shotgun on the field in the 27L. So 19 Clear Creek Golf Cars USRA B mods. 2 modified classes run here. These are the B mods, and this is usually a full field of around 30 cars that come out on a weekly basis. We'll get upwards of 50 or so for some of our special events. And the Super 8 of John Sheets. He will set the tempo through 3 and 4 through the Lucas Oil start zone. Ryan Gilmore on his outside, trying to make a battle of it as they go into 1, and Ryan Gilmore going to get a great run on the top side, pull ahead by a nose down the back chute, now by a full car length over John Sheets. Gilmore to the top side, John Sheets middle of the track, and Rob White Jr. in the 5. He rides along in 3rd. He's the lowest car out of those top 3 battling for the lead. Casey Thomas in the 44 just out of the screenshot. He's going to be up to 4th. What a story for Casey Thomas back in the 44. Last year, at the beginning of the year, he rolled his car, got up into the catch fence over in turn 1, ended up breaking a bone in his back, made a full recovery, and back out on the track this season. That's a battle for 4th right now. Casey Thomas to the top side, and the 20 of Dawson David, a 4-time winner out of Mexico, Missouri in the 20 on the inside. Great battle waging on up front, and John Sheets just by a nose over Ryan Gilmore as they cross the stripe after lap number 3. 17 laps remain, and they continue to stay side by side in a battle for the top spot. John Sheets last time around had only a 1/100th of a second over Ryan Gilmore. He's going to extend that now to a 10th of a second. John Sheets ahead of Ryan Gilmore by 1 car length. Rob White Jr. sits all alone back in 3rd, and then the battle for 4th on the right side of your screen is Dawson David, Casey Thomas, and Wes Long. That rounds out your top 6. And a spin and a stop brings out the Midwest Sheet Metal caution. That's for an incident involving the 18C, stopped right smack dab in the middle of the back stretch. That is Carter Harrison out of Crocker, Missouri. And the GRT chassis wrap engine slowed down and falls off the pace and brings out the Midwest Sheet Metal caution simply by parking on the back stretch. They'll have to go to the tail back of the field. Look in the back window of Carter Harrison's ride. A winner at Springfield back in March. He won twice at Springfield in 2024. And the Hobby Time Motorsports safety crew will come up and check on the 18 of Carter Harrison. Great battle up front between John Sheets and Ryan Gilmore. John was a 3-time winner here last year, won during the Nationals. He picked up 6 wins, as we mentioned, on the season. He's won at Humboldt, Arrowhead. He won during King of America earlier in the year. He's also won at Lakeside and Tri-State. He's picked up 1 win during our Pitts Homes and Realty weekly racing series, and he is your current point leader by 12, but this one's been contested heavily by Ryan Gilmore, the Gila Monster, a former USRA national champion back in 22, or in 2017. He won the Nationals in 22. And we'll go around at least one more time as Hobby Time Motorsports safety crew returns to their positions. Lights have gone out here at Lucas on a very calm breeze of a night now. The flag over in turn 3 going straight down, and now we have Clifford Lynn stopped right between turns 3 and 4, so the yellow light will come back on. And we will tend to the Collins, Missouri native of Clifford Lynn. Clifford last year ran in the Heartland Modified Tour. Drops back to a B mod for 2025, the past track champion at Dallas County Speedway. Used to ran a super stock here at Wheatland. Ran that for around 3 years or so. And they will give him a friendly nudge, get him back underway. there's been a resurgence in the modified ranks. We talk about the B-Mod class being the larger class that we have here with around 30 cars week in, week out, but the modified numbers, car counts, had gone down over the last few years, but with the Heartland Modified Tour, with the ARM Series, with the Northern Light Series, all of those are modified series, but they tweak the weekly racing shows at the local tracks. They add to the purse, so they try to get the local drivers to still come out. They still have a points championship and award those that run on the series on a every week basis that they do run, but just how they've ran those series with trying to implement it with the weekly racing shows at the local tracks has really made those modified car counts go up as well, and that's become one of the more competitive divisions here at Lucas Oil Speedway as well. So John Sheets, 5 laps down, 15 to go. Front row all to his own with the Delaware double file restart. Ryan Gilmore to the inside of row number 2. Back through the Lucas Oil restart zone. Green flag drops again, and John Sheets drops the hammer. Out by 2 car lengths over Ryan Gilmore, which was a side-by-side battle for practically the entire opening 5 laps. Now after Ryan Gilmore has to go back to row number 2, not able to pull up alongside the Super 8 of John Sheets. May open the door for the 5 of Rob White Jr. Rob White, 4 championships to his credit, as they're 3 wide deeper in the field. This is for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Dawson David has cleared the 7 of Trevor Drake and the 37 of Wesley Long. Now to the inside, he will go over the 44 of Casey Thomas. Thomas won't give that position up quite as easily. Wes Long hovers around the bottom of the track, the bottom feeder through 1 and 2. Door handle to door handle between David and Thomas. Same thing for Drake and Wes Long for 6th and 7th. .44T of Casey Thomas, go back to him. We talked about his wreck that he had last year. He's gone through a number of life changes. His daughter, his oldest daughter, has the 1Q44 deletion syndrome. That's why he's changed his number from the 42 to the 44 to bring awareness to that. But they also welcomed a brand new daughter, a now 5-month-old. So Casey Thomas not getting any sleep in the Thomas household with 2 young children. As you see the cross flags signifying 10 laps down, 10 laps to go, and John Sheets, after the restart now, has been able to gap himself from Ryan Gilmore by well over a second. John Sheets leads the points by 12, and he acquired J2 race cars. They're a chassis building group out of Lebanon, Missouri that started a few years back putting together J2 race cars. He is now the owner of that, still continues to turn those out, but he is now the poster child. Used to be Chris Jackson, who was picking up B-Mod win after win, and now that reign has gone over to John Sheets with 6 victories. John Sheets by 1.7 seconds, then it's another 1.5 seconds back to Robert White Jr. Top 3 cars all spread out. Dawson David in 4th, and Casey Thomas now securely up in the top 5. You're looking at a battle between 6th, 7th, and 8th now between Wesley Long, Trevor Drake, and Colson Kirk. Cowboy Kirk is up into the picture with 6 laps to go. 7 laps to go, that is. Again, I was stopped in the pits a couple of weeks ago by one of the other drivers that has a nickname. He says, we need to give Colson a nickname too, and throws the nickname of Cowboy out because he went down to Texas and rode a bull for the first time. Made it on social media, so new moniker for the 55 of Cowboy Colson Kirk, fitting on this weekend. There's John Sheets underneath the Foley equipment flag stand, down to 5 laps to go, and the lead is built up now almost to 2 seconds. Ryan Eddy to the inside of Colson Kirk. That's 8th and 9th, so a change of position in the top 10. Moves Ryan Eddy up to 8th. John Sheets has had some great seasons here at Lucas. He's finished 2nd in the point standings twice, back in 22 and 23. Still looking for his first championship, as it hasn't happened as of yet. He runs a lot up at Lakeside around the Kansas City area. And 24 last season was a hallmark year for John Sheets. 17 wins at 8 different tracks, finished number 6 in the USRA national point standings. And lead just continues to grow, now over 2 seconds. And that's with 2 laps to go. Mentioned John Sheets in a J2 race car, Eagle engine. That's out of the Buffalo, Missouri area, and it has been clicking on all 8 cylinders. He's going to catch up with lap traffic with 1 more circuit to go. 1 more time around for John Sheets ahead of Ryan Gilmore. Gilmore gave it everything he had in the opening 5 laps. The caution came out, and he wasn't able to do anything with John Sheets after that. A 2-time winner here at Lucas already this season. Make it number 3 for John Sheets. He will win for the 3rd time this year, 2nd time in a points-paying race, and he will build on his lead that he has in the point standings. J.C. Morton was 2nd in the points. He was not here tonight, so that lead is going to grow in a big way for John Sheets. He wins by 1.8 seconds over Ryan Gilmore. Rob White Jr., nice bounce-back run for him after popping a motor in week 1. He gets a podium finish in 3rd, Dawson David in 4th, and Casey Thomas. Nice run for the Camdenton native in the 44T as he comes home in 5th. The rest of your top 10 goes to Wesley Long, Trevor Drake, Ryan Eddy, Colson Kirk, and J.T. Carroll. Only hampered by 1 caution, and dare I say it may have cost Ryan Gilmore a pretty good shot at John Sheets, because up until that caution had come out, he and John were side by side, practically nose to tail. But after the restart, a great drop of the green by John Sheets, and he left Ryan Gilmore well behind, had built it up to over a 2-second run at one time. And now John Sheets just continues to add to his win total for the year. He is now up to 7 wins, and he's done it at 5 different tracks. Ryan Gilmore, he said earlier on in the year, just looking to find some speed. He had gone the early portion of the season, hadn't gotten to the front, but over the last couple of weeks, he's found that speed, kind of did a complete overhaul towards the end of last year, and it took him a little while to get everything dialed in for 2025. And then Rob White Jr. with that 3rd place run. We talk about the changes that he made, blew the engine up at Midway to start the season, has only ran a couple of times. His best finish up until tonight was a 5th here at Lucas, comes home in 3rd. And he's got Driven to Win as one of his sponsors. That's an organization from just down the road in Camdenton. A bunch of pastors have gotten together and put together 7 mini stocks, and they let youth drive those cars down at Midway on a short track. So a bunch of pastors trying to get kids involved in racing, and Driven to Win on the side of Rob White Jr.'s car. But everybody looked at the side of the Super 8 on the Jumbotron and up in the stands, because he had a 2-second lead, nobody within any distance of him at all, and he will take that brand new J2 race car that he's now the owner of and bring it home for a victory for the 7th time this year. Put the youngster up on the flag stand, gets to wave the flag. He's won our Power Wheels races here on the front stretch a couple of times this year, and Daddy wins here on Show Me 100 weekend. John Sheets wins for the 7th time in 2025. Doug Neff's down on the front stretch. Let's hear from tonight's winner.
Hey, we're down here Victory Lane. John Sheets of Ada, Missouri, and man, that J2 is hooked up tonight.
Yeah, race car was really good. Eagle power plant ran really good. You know, Ryan got the jump, and anytime the 66 gets the lead on you, you know it's going to be a long race. But we were able to rotate the bottom really good there, and got a real good race car the whole race. Got to take this opportunity. I got a couple partners back there in the back of the pits, Penske Race Shocks, PM Racing. They helped this car out along with all of our customers' cars, and man, we really got a rocket ship right now.
Man, this thing is going, and like you said, you and Gilmore with a great run in between, and sure looking good. And you got some great people helping you also, don't you?
Yeah, a ton of great people helping you out. I really appreciate racing with Ryan every week. You know, he's one of the best in the country, and when you race the best, you get to be one of the better ones. But yeah, Elite Powder Coating, Weir's Machine, All-Star Performance, a signature event, Eagle Power Plants, Eagle Machine over in Buffalo, Missouri, J2 Race Cars, all the guys that help us out every week. And one more quick little shout out, JC isn't here tonight. Normally he's racing with us. He's got some stuff going on at home, not real sure, but if everybody could say a little prayer for him, we'd appreciate it.
Man, I know it was a lot waiting, but what a great night on the first night of the Show Me 100 to take home the victory lane here tonight.
All right, Doug, thank you very much. As John Sheets wins only 2 support classes here at Lucas Oil Speedway. That'll do it for our weekly shows. We've still got one big one coming up for you as Lucas Oil Late Models in the house. Richard Turner has come out. They're doing a little bit of track prep just to get it ready for the main event tonight. And I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Dustin Jarrett and the immortal one, James. I love it. Absolutely love it. We're going to step aside from Wheatland, Missouri. Come back. Our A-Main will be coming your way next here on Flow.
For more than 30 years, Lucas Oil Products has been solving some of the most difficult mechanical problems in the automotive, marine, and industrial industries. From our original Core 4 products, heavy-duty oil stabilizer, power steering, stop leak, transmission fix, and fuel treatment, we have now developed over 400 custom products to help solve some of the world's toughest mechanical issues. Go to lucasoil.com to see what we have in store for you. Lucas Oil, it works.
For a getaway that gets you to all the things you love, there's only one place to go. It's Missouri, where there's something for every traveler. Whether you're the outdoor type, the sit back and relax type, or the get up and go type, you're the Missouri type. So I have just one question. What's your MO? Find yours at visitmo.com.
I don't know what it is. I totally feel like I'm a kid again when I get on my buzz bike.
Horsepower, baby. You know me, I like horsepower.
We no longer bring golf carts to the racetrack because we have buzz bikes.
ARP manufactures the ultimate fasteners from the best raw materials using cold forged technology. Family owned and made in the USA. Quality always comes first. For whatever extreme category you're in, it's always ARP-bolts.com.
The best dirt late model series in America. Now the back straightaway. Moran and Davenport bring him to the green. Shepard is out of fuel. Shepard may be out of fuel.
Going to be official. Your 2024 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion is Ricky Thornton Jr. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by Nutrien Ag Solutions, the largest agricultural crop input business in North America. Lucas Oil, keep that engine alive. And by the Missouri Division of Tourism, always something new to see in the Show Me State. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Wheatland, Missouri and Lucas Oil Speedway. The 10-minute horn has sounded, and final track preparations are underway before this evening's 45-lap main event, the 12th annual running of the Cowboy Classic. James, you know what they got coming up here in a few weeks? They have got American flat track motorcycles. You're crazy. Would you run one of those?
No. No, not the old Essex.
No?
Nope. But I would drive a Kubota high-limit sprint car.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll take a look at that in a second.
Okay.
But the Progressive American Flat Track Series, they are going to be rolling into the Lucas Oil Short Track on June 7th. They'll be in Lima, the Allen County Fairgrounds. June 27th to 28th.
Not Lima Land.
Not Lima Land. That's the other side of Lima. They'll be at the Allen County Fairgrounds. Allen County Fairgrounds would be on the east side of Lima.
Very good. How
the
about the
DuQuoin Mile?
Yep.
How about the Jack Pine Gypsy Short? James, have you ever been to the Jack Pine Gypsy Short Track?
I did not have that on my bingo card tonight. Jack Pine Gypsies. Where is that at exactly?
Yep. And
Do you
Sturgis. No, never been there. Not on my list. Sturgis. On August 10th. Hey, American Flat Track, every single race live right here on FloRacing.
How about our third boss, Tony Stewart? Got him another win last week.
He had a lot to say.
He had a lot to say this week about
Yes, he did.
Things. But congratulations to him. He won at Route 66 in Joplin. Is it not Joplin, Illinois? But where was that at? Chicagoland. Route 66.
Yes, thank you.
Joliet.
Yeah, Joliet. Yeah, no, not Joplin, Missouri.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else is coming up here next month?
Kubota High Limit.
Kubota High Limit. Yes, it is. This weekend, they're at Port Royal for the Bob Weichert Memorial.
That's big.
Yes, it is. Very big. Battle at the Berg at Lawrenceburg on May 30th. Butler on May 31st. I cannot wait. I can't wait to watch that race at 141. The Race Routine Foundation Classic coming up on June 3rd. Roto-Rooter Midweek Series continues the following night on Wednesday, June 4th at Red Cedar. We talked about it last week. They're at Eagle on June 10th. Lake Ozark, just up the road. Yep,
right.
Elton, Missouri, on a Wednesday, June 25th. And then right here in Wheatland, Missouri, at Lucas Oil Speedway, a doubleheader. It's the Diamond Classic, Friday and Saturday, June 27th and 28th. Kubota High Limit Racing. Come see Brad Sweet, Rico Abreu, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney, and the rest of the gang. Tickets are on sale right now. Get them while you can. Kubota High Limit Racing here from Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri.
Don't forget our season finale, Carl Short's Dirt Track World Championship at Tony Stewart's Eldora Speedway, Rossburg, Ohio, the 17th and 18th of October. Tickets and camping on sale now, DJ, EldoraSpeedway.com.
All right, cars are starting to make their way to the staging lane. We'll come back with your starting lineup right after this. You're watching the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by FloRacing. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Wheatland, Missouri and Lucas Oil Speedway, the Diamond of Dirt Tracks, for the 12th annual running of the Cowboy Classic as we kick off Show Me 100 weekend. James, the Lucas Oil late models are in the staging lane. 45 laps will be the distance. In tonight's main event, we had 49 entries here this evening. We were able to whittle that down to 24 starters. The Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit will be, well, right there outside turn number 2, where it always is here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Again tomorrow, same starting times tomorrow night. It'll be the Salute to Don and Billy Gibson. Of course, the originators of the Show Me 100 back in 1993 down in West Plains, Missouri. And then Saturday night, 75K to win tonight's 10K. Can Garrett Alberson finally go to victory lane in the Lucas Oil Series here in 2025? He's on the victory fuel pole, DJ. He's out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, and Jonathan Davenport second in the points alongside in 49 out of Blairsville, Georgia.
Second row back on the inside, Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana, the SSI Motorsports 71, and on his outside, the Riggs Motorsports Longhorn Factory team. Heartbeat Hot Sauce on the side of the 76. That's Brandon Overton.
Current points leader sporting the Midwest Shima DeLorean spoiler. It'll be Ricky Thornton Jr., the defending series champion out of Chandler, Arizona, in the Golden Beard. Tyler Bruning out of Decorah, Iowa in 16.
We move back to row 4, and on the inside, we find a 6-time winner already in 2025. It's Cade Dillard in the 97, and on his outside, out of Winfield, Tennessee, the Winfield Warrior, the 2018 World of Outlaws champ, that is Mike Marlar.
Carson Fergus is going to come from 9th to Paylor Motorsports 93 to get this first Lucas Oil win. Lincoln to North Carolina, and Brandon Shepard looking for his first series win of the year in the number 1. He's out of New Berlin, Illinois.
Jeremy Shaw's been good since he unloaded tonight. He'll start in 11th on the 1S, and on his outside from the Double Down Motorsports, number 99, that's going to be Devin Moran.
Row 7 looks this way. On the inside will be Dylan McCowan out of Urbana, Missouri in the 8 car, and Gordy Gundaker looking for a good run tonight. He was top 10 in last year's Show Me 100. He's out of St. Charles, Missouri.
Keep your eyes on the smooth operator Bobby Pierce, James. He's got to come from the 15th starting spot in the 32, and on his outside, out of Aurora, Missouri, 2-time and defending track champ, the 98 is Justin Wells.
Row 9 will be the 2T out of Paragould, Arkansas. That's Tyler Stevens, and Aaron Moran always runs well here at Wheatland. He's at the 1XM. He's out of Richmond, Missouri.
Clay Stuckey going to roll from the inside of row 10. He calls Shreveport, Louisiana. He'll be in the 15 for his dad, Ronnie Stuckey, and on his outside, out of Earlham, Iowa, in the 22, that's Daniel Hilsebeck.
Spencer Hughes came from 7th to 2nd in the first B main. He's out of Meridian, Mississippi, 19. And Donald McIntosh leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. He's in 79 out of Dawsonville, Georgia.
And your final 2 starters, Fayetteville, North Carolina's Big Perm, Dalton Wilson in the 18D, and Lakeshore, Minnesota's Dan Ebert in the 60. Well, Ben Shelton, they dressed this racetrack up just a wee little bit. Didn't need much. What do you have your eyes on for this 45-lapper?
Yeah, they went out there, and honestly, no moisture was added to it. They just had to go tickle the top of the racetrack and kind of open that moisture back up. I'm going to watch the top of that track come in. The bottom is still really good. There's a lot of traction, and I think in 45 laps, it's not going to change a ton. But I tell you what, from the outside front row, Jonathan Davenport at Lucas Oil Speedway, starting on the front row, he's going to be tough here tonight, guys.
All right, JD off the table. Who you got, James? I know who you're going to pick.
I was thinking about a Skyline Motorsports top 2.
Oh.
Rennick and Marler. I'm going to go Garrett Alberson's finally going to get it down here tonight. He's going to break the Moran Davenport Thornton stranglehold. Going to get his first Lucas Oil win of the year, DJ.
Hudson O'Neill was very, very good here back in April at the spring shootout. He swept the entire weekend. He has been running pretty well here as of late with Jason Durham coming on board the crew chief. That entry, I think Hudson O'Neill goes 3 for 3 in Lucas Oil Speedway visits.
It's been really good. I mean, there's not a bump out there. It's smooth as glass all night long. Richard Turner does the track prep work, and it's not an exact science, right? If it was easy, everybody do it,
That's
right?
right. I am a track prep guy. I am not.
And it'd be tough. It's tough being a promoter nowadays, isn't it?
You are not wrong about that.
No doubt about it. Danny Lorton, of course, the general manager, assistant general manager, Casey Schumann coming on board this year. Fabulous facility, obviously one of the best that you will see anywhere, whether it be dirt track or NASCAR or whatever, right here at Lucas Oil Speedway, Wheatland, Missouri. 10,000 tomorrow night.
Yeah.
75K Saturday night. Don't forget, we also have the Crown Jewel Cup this year. We got one in the books last week at Eagle, and that's going to pay $15,000 to win here in 2025. Again, Sunoco Racefuels Road to Wheatland, $2,500. It's either going to be Davenport or Thornton after Saturday night. How about Cade Dillard? He was here back in April, again running an independent schedule the rest of the year. And can he get his first win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series of his career?
He could. He very well could. A few drivers have said that there's Hudson O'Neal. We talked about him, the 2 wins here back in April. You talked about Cade Dillard. A few drivers in the pit said this track reminds them a little bit of Vado Speedway Park out there between Las Vegas and El Paso.
Facility.
Yeah, and that was where Cade Dillard got that prominent first Outlaws win there a couple years ago.
We are so blessed in dirt track racing. They have such great facilities. Hudson O'Neal swept the weekend here in April. That was a $27,000 payday for the SSI Motorsports team. Okay.
There we go.
So you pick O'Neal, I pick Alberson, and Ben picks Devin.
Well, we all really went out on limbs there, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
All right, lights are turned off. Yes, sir, my friend. 45 laps will be the distance tonight. In the 12th annual running of the Cowboy Classic, they go green in the Newton Drain Ag Solutions starting zone with Garrett Alberson and Jonathan Davenport in the front row.
The Sunoco 58 gets the jump into 1. Garrett Alberson broke his own track record at Eagle. He was the fastest overall qualifier tonight. They come out of turn number 2. Davenport, O'Neal, Overton, Thornton. But Garrett Alberson of New Mexico hot shoe. He'll lead lap number 1 here tonight.
Garrett Alberson, you talked about it, James, looking for his first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win of the year. Looking solid out front, just a lap into this one. Still side by side for the second spot. Ricky Thornton Jr. went down to the inside of Jonathan Davenport. He'll try to go down to the inside again. That car's a little uneasy off the corner. Will allow Hudson O'Neal to get run back to the outside. Hud back to third. RT fourth. Brandon Overton right now rounds out the top 5, and Garrett Alberson walking away early in this one.
In the halfway leader, he'll get $100 Hellraiser Jacks, who will be the Hooker Trucking Hard Charger. O'Neal's got it 4 out of the 6 last races in there. Down is Brandon Overton. He lost a drive shaft in hot laps, and he's got problems here tonight in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce 76 off the pace while running 7th. DJ, the first Coleman Farms Racing caution of the race.
I don't know exactly what happened to him. It was almost like that car just lost power coming down the front straightaway. So a tough break there. You talked about the drive shaft that he lost a little bit earlier on tonight. And we'll take a look at the instant replay here once again and see exactly what happened. You're going to see he's got his arm out the window. He knew something was amiss on that Longhorn Factory team number 76. Just don't know what it was, but a tough break there for Brandon Overton, who before that was running inside the top 5.
And in that heated battle for that 4th and final spot into the chase comes in tonight 6th. So you've got Alberson, O'Neal, Overton, Shepard all bunched up there. And it looks like his Thursday night has ended here at Wheatland, Ben Schulte.
Yeah, you got to wonder maybe if it was something that continued from the driveline issues earlier, what it might be. When he rolled past me, he was still under power, but obviously needed to get pushed off the racetrack. The engine was still running, so perhaps something in the driveline, and that team will head back there to the attention of Anthony Burrows, and I have nothing else to try it again tomorrow.
And you see him waving to get pushed on back is Brandon Overton, so...
Justin Tharp, Ryder Cantillo, as you see him there in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit in communication. And see if they look at, well, I'm going to take the hood off the car.
See if they can diagnose what the issue is. Maybe a wiring issue then underneath the hood. Again, Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit located just outside turn 2 here at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri.
Again, it is full points tonight and tomorrow night, and of course Saturday. So they put the hood back down. Looks like terminal issues for the 76 DJ.
Tough break there. The rest of the field lined up in the Delaware double file restart, and they're going to be going green this time by 3 laps are in the books, 42 laps remaining, and Garrett Alberson's been your leader since the drop of the green flag. They fire in the Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone.
Davenport second, O'Neal, Thornton burning your top 5. Burning 4th last week at Eagle. Davenport will slide right through the middle. There comes Thornton on the bottom. O'Neal up top. They try to go 3 wide down the back straightaway. O'Neal will split Thornton and Davenport. Good battle there, but Alberson again had a huge lead 2.5 seconds before the first caution, and he stretches it out already to turn 1 with 4 scored.
And Hudson O'Neal with a nice move right there to momentarily move into the second spot. You really see the field fan out back there behind your race leader, Garrett Alberson. Alberson just looks like he was shot out of a cannon here in the early stages of this one, leaving these cats to battle back here from second on back. O'Neal, Davenport, Thornton, and Bruning.
Well, when you got a setup, you just want it. He wants it to stay green, don't he? He needs a PSG here tonight. We saw that, what was it, Hagerstown. He had a good lead there and had a couple of cautions, and Thornton got around him. But right now, he is threatening to blow this one wide open. 2.3 seconds, a straightaway lead almost over O'Neal for Garrett Alberson.
The 58 owned by Ken and Beth Roberts. We'll take a look at the gap as he comes by this time. There's Alberson and there's Hudson O'Neal running in second. That's what 2.5 seconds looks like here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Thornton in fourth, Bruning, Shepard, Marler, Moran, Ferguson, Cade Dillard is 10th. And we got a wreck in turn 2, and it is Mike Marler and Cade Dillard, DJ, and the Coleman Farms Racing caution out again here.
Yeah, Mike Marler whipped around on the 157. I don't know if he had help or not, and then Dillard came in just a tick late as well. Marler's going to go back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, and we'll see if he comes to the attention of his crew. Yep, there he does.
He was running in 7th. Dillard was running in 10th. See if we have a Dave Warren Power Sports caution. Is Josh Davis, Jerry Sprouse, Cody Smith down there checking out the Infinity by Wells 157. So the second caution will take the Dave Warren Power Sports replay, DJ, with 7 laps complete as the caution was displayed.
Well, here it is. He's going to get just a little too high. Yep, right there. He got just a little too high where the track starts to shelf off so the cars can go back into the pit area. And when he dropped that right rear over, it sent the tail end of that race car around. You see our camera mounted there in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. And
remember, he had that hard accident here a couple of years ago. But
yeah,
Marler back here for the Show Me 100. I don't believe he was here a year ago, but of course he was here in the spring, and he's coming back out. So 7 laps scored, DJ. It's Garrett Alberson, 2.5 again. Was the lead, the same as it was before the last caution. O'Neal, Davenport, Thornton, Bruning, your top 5, Destin.
Tell him get that lead to 2.4. That way they don't
see what they don't. Dillard, there was no contact with Marler. Dillard, and let's see if Cade's going to head back to the pit area. So he has to go to the back. So Shepard is 6th. Marler was 7th. So Miranda go to 7th. 8th is Ferguson. Dillard to the back, so Jeremy Shaw and Bobby Pierce move up. 7 down, 38 to go.
Garrett Alberson back out front, Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone. You see Jonathan Davenport swing way wide on that restart.
Tails off.
Ooh, baby.
Here comes the Golden Beard through the middle. They are picking. Second on back is a Hornet's Nest. Thornton throws it in on Davenport. Crossover by JD. That the line, half a car length Thornton. Alberson, 1.4. You know he wants it to stay green. Am I right, Destin? Am I just seeing
You're always right, Jake.
Well,
you are always
not necessarily.
Right. He wants it to stay green for a while, at least till he gets to the back of the field, and that's going to be a hot minute because there's some pretty tough customers towards the tail end of this field right now. Looking on back from second on back. Well, Ricky Thornton Jr. settled into that second spot. Jonathan Davenport 3rd. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th there on your screen, led by Tyler Bruning over Devin Moran, Hudson O'Neal, and Brandon Shepard. And don't look now, but Bobby Pierce has come from the 15th starting spot inside the top 10.
Dylan McCowan, 10th, Shaw, Gundaker, Justin Will, Steven Stuckey, your top 15. Battle there, Carson Ferguson, Bobby Pierce. 2 seconds. Right now, the advantage over Ricky Thornton Jr. stretches out another 1/10 of a second for Alberson. He's entering turn 3, Thornton off at turn number 2. Again, Davenport, Bruning, Moran. Boy, Tyler Bruning, he was good at Eagle last week. The top 4 there. Right now, in 4th here tonight at Wheatland.
Rocket 1 down to the inside of Hudson O'Neal. That's a battle for position number 6, Hudson O'Neal. Hud had been working the very inside of the racetrack, that group that you see both Carson Ferguson and Bobby Pierce utilizing, and then he moved up to the top side. Car maybe felt just a little bit better up there. They're now going to flip-flop positions down in turns 3 and 4. Brandon Shepard goes down to the bottom, while the 93 and the 32 go back up to the top.
Dustin, it's 2.6. His biggest lead of the race so far. Garrett Alberson off the top of turn 4. And let's see if he stretches it out even more. 2.5 back to 2. Oh, it's just 2.5. Only 2.5. But in a few more laps here, he's going to pick up the tail of the field. 14 down, 31 to go.
You just saw the intervals there in the upper left-hand side of the screen. 45 laps is our distance tonight. As James mentioned, 15 in the books, 30 to go. 45 laps in honor of Cowboy. That was his car number. Original founder of the MLRA, 2.6 seconds the advantage for Garrett Alberson. You're looking back at 3rd, 4th, and 5th now. Jonathan Davenport's gone to the low side, gives the high side to the 16 of Tyler Bruning. Bruning trying to take advantage of it.
Right now gets around the tail end of the field. Overton is out. And we still have 23 of the 24 starters running in this race. It's 2.9. This time around, as we score lap 17, it's 2.9 for Alberson. Works his way out of turn 2. Here's the battle. Here comes Moran on the bottom. Slides up between them. Bruning, good run on the outside. Plenty of grooves here. Pierce slides up the track.
Well, that's fun.
It gets slippery, doesn't it?
That was fun right there. Oh, love that camera shot of those guys going through turns 1 and 2. Now coming down the front straightaway, you really see how much they fan out in the corners. Now Bruning going to go down to the inside, and he just assaulted the Ute tire with the left front of that race car.
He's in trouble. He is in trouble. Can't turn the wheel, and he is going. He's still going, but he's going to lose about 3 spots. Man, Tyler Bruning battling for 3rd, and he is off the pace, and he is out of this one, and Pierce almost got into him.
Wow.
Will he make it back to the pit area? No, he does not. So we will have a Coltman Farms Racing caution. Tyler Bruning, again, another good hot rod, the Golden Beard and that Infinity by Wells.
I might need a Dave Warren Power Sports replay to see exactly how close Bobby Pierce came right there. I mean, the pucker factor had to be through the roof on that one, man.
Well, the infield tractor tire takes another one. Good, clean race in there, but Bruning's night, let's see, I don't know if he's going to come back. He's not running for points. He's running an independent schedule. Started off leading the Lucas Oil points this year. May have considered a run for it, but has missed some races. You have to have perfect attendance. So, yeah. 19 down, DJ. Alberson was 1.9 ahead of Thornton. And Davenport, Moran, O'Neill, Bruning was 6. So Ferguson, Pierce, Shepard, McCowan, Wells up to 10.
You can see that front bumper dragging the ground there on the 16 of Tyler Bruning. Mike Marlar back in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit as well. We've got 19 laps in the books, 26 laps remaining.
I don't have a Hoker Trucking hard charger yet on my monitor here. Do you? Do you have who's
no, but I do know that Bobby Pierce has come from 15th up to 8th.
That's 7.
Yeah, Justin Wells has gone from 16th up to 11th.
5.
Okay. Dalton Wilson. How about Dalton Wilson from 23rd to 3rd?
13th.
Close. 23rd.
That would have been a great run in 19 laps.
Yes, it would have.
Hey, it's far from over. Let's see the Dave Warren Power Sports replay. DJ is right there. The battle got just barely. Yeah, right there.
He punted it hard. And then if we can stick with this replay, you're going to see how close Bobby Pierce comes to tagging him. He realizes there he's got pretty big issues. He is going to try to nurse it and realizes that he can't. And when he slows at the top side, oh, baby.
All right, so Tyler Bruning out of the race. So we've got 22 cars still out there. I believe Marlar is back out, his teammate. Yep, Mikey on the back. 19 down. Alberson's led from the start, unchallenged. Well, that's going to clear out lap traffic that was in front of him that he was getting to, so. Man, tough night for Brandon Overton. Driveline failure in hot laps, comes back, runs 3 laps, running in the top 6. And he is done for the night. So Garrett Alberson, who's 4th in that 4th spot, looking to pick up some good points here tonight. That's Sunoco 58.
Looking good.
He looked great at Hagerstown. What did he lead 31 laps there at Hagerstown?
Into the point that Ben mentioned earlier as well. He has to feel like this place owes him one too. You know, he was so close to getting that first career Lucas Oil win here. last year in just that caution with a couple laps to go. Here we go, 26 laps remaining, 19 scored. Garrett Alberson's been your leader since the drop of the green.
Added a couple of new crew members this week. Thomas Grinzig, Dylan Alberson. Doing something different now. O'Neill gets a good restart on the bottom. Alberson trying to pull away. Thornton dives through the middle. Now O'Neill up third. Here comes Moran. Devin on the top. Ferguson working the bottom on Pierce into one. Good battles all over the track. Battle for second out of two. They're side by side. O'Neill and Thornton into turn three. Alberson starting to pull away again. Here comes Moran on the top shelf, Dustin.
The Lucas Oil Speedway is looking good here tonight. Ricky Thornton Jr. back to the second spot. Hudson O'Neill third. Look at those guys getting those left fronts clearing out on the very inside of the racetrack. And guys like the 99 of Moran letting it all hang out up on the high side. Side by side momentarily for third. Moran trying to get a run up high on O'Neill.
22 down, nearing the halfway mark. Hellraiser Jack's halfway. Thornton, 1 second the advantage down the back straightaway. O'Neill third, Moran fourth. Davenport, who started on the front row, is back to fifth. Pierce, Shepard, Ferguson, McCowan, Justin Wells up to 10th in 98.
And this is the Hellraiser Jack's halfway point right here. Garrett Alberson will be your leader. You get $100. They go 3 wide momentarily back there for the fourth position. The 49 of Davenport, the 32 of Pierce up from 15th, and the 1 of Brandon Shepard.
Davenport, who's dominated so much here. He's a two-time Show Me 100 winner. Is going to lose another spot. And the Coleman Farms Racing caution is out. So that pass will be negated because we'll go back to the last scored lap 24, and it's for the 2 of Tyler Stevens. Does he have a tire down with 24 complete, Dustin?
I don't know, but he is going to make his way back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, our 4th Coleman Farms Racing caution flag of the night. 24 laps scored, 21 laps remaining in this one. And Ben Shelton, from your vantage point in the infield, stereotypical take the leader out of the race, and you've got one whale of a battle from second on back.
Well, it's really fantastic, and yeah, you better put that leader back in the race because Ricky Thornton Jr. is starting to really find his groove out there. Like we seen the 20 RT do a lot the past few years. Alberson's looking good, but it really felt like Thornton was starting to close in on him. A year ago, Thornton broke his heart in this one. Man, can Alberson keep him behind him? Still 21 to go, but DJ, to your point, Huddy, Devin, JD, and Pierce, those guys are coming to life, and racetrack is really nice here tonight.
How about Donald McIntosh, 22nd to 10th, Destin, and Billy
good
Hicks,
run.
79, leading the Riley Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. Good job for him so far.
D-Mac told me today, he goes, wow, this is the coolest place I've been to in a long time. He was really impressed by it. He was excited to get out there. And let's be honest, this isn't always the easiest place to figure out. You see the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit with Spencer Hughes over there getting checked out, Tyler Stevens, and the Keith Hammett Motorsports entry. But yeah, I think McIntosh raced his way in, and that's a big deal for the Raleigh Auto Parts Rookie of the Year point leader.
Hilsebeck, who's second in the Riley Auto Parts points, 16th, and Ebert is 15th, by the way. Good run for them. For only 2 cars out of the race officially, DJ, they'll be Overton and Bruning. So it's Alberson, Thornton, O'Neill, Moran, Davenport, your top 5. Big break for Davenport there, kind of, because he lost another spot to Pierce.
Yeah.
But that was past when they passed the line, so that lap did not count.
Yeah, and equally as important, James, the 22 drivers still on the racetrack, they are all on the lead lap. So the yellow lights have been shut off. Green flag will wave this time by from the Foley Equipment flag stand. Garrett Alberson, your leader in the Nutrien Ag Solutions start zone.
4 cautions. He has been unchallenged still in this race. Thornton and O'Neill. And they slide out at 2. Alberson still has the advantage. Battle behind them. Moran 4th. Here comes Davenport, Pierce, and Shepard. Off at turn 4. Garrett Alberson has led 25 consecutive laps here tonight. Look at this battle for second into turn 1, Dustin.
Hornet's nest back there, man. Don't count Devin Moran out. Moran started back in 12th, and he's making some hay around the high side of this racetrack. The Double Down Motorsports number 99. James up high, Ricky Thornton Jr. up high, Hudson O'Neill down low, all behind your race leader, Garrett Alberson, 19 to go.
Remember, Moran had a good car Saturday night. He was tracking down Thornton there. That was exactly the way it looked at Eagle, and then a caution flag, and then it was all Thornton the rest of the race. It's been all Alberson tonight. 27 laps complete. 18 to go. Battle for second. They're still side by side. O'Neill, Thornton, Moran. Fourth, Davenport, Pierce, Ferguson, Shepard, McCowan, Justin Wells, your top 10. McIntosh, Gunbaker, Dillard, Wilson, Hilsebeck, your top 15. Still only 2 cars out of the race.
Boy, to the point that Ben made, Garrett Alberson no longer able to pull away from him. James, 0.8 of a second, the advantage for the 58. Hudson O'Neill on the inside, able to make up a little bit of ground. Ricky Thornton Jr. shuffled back to fourth, and back to third, rather. Devin Moran right now in the 4th spot.
Left 15 to go next time around. 1 second exactly the lead for Garrett Alberson down the back straightaway, looking for his second career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Hudson O'Neill digging on the bottom. You can run anywhere on this racetrack tonight, Dustin. There's no doubt about it, as we've got 15 to go for Alberson into 1. O'Neill's down to 0.7 of a second, the advantage out of 2. Here he comes.
Yeah, Hudson O'Neill making up ground in a hurry on your race leader, Garrett Alberson. Coming around this time to 14 laps to go. Alberson still on the top. Hudson O'Neill kind of married to the middle. Here comes that SSI Motorsports number 71. He'll look down to the inside, side by side for the lead down the back straightaway. Alberson inches back ahead behind them. Devin Moran goes to third. We got to double it up for you. Oh.
2 by 2 to the front through the top 6, half a car length. Alberson 0.083 seconds. Will we have a new leader? O'Neill will slide up the track, and he's going to leave Alberson room. Garrett to the outside. 12 to go. A dozen out at turn 4. Will we have a new leader the first time in the race? It is Hudson O'Neill.
Hudson O'Neill officially going to be your leader on lap number 33. James, just 12 laps to go. And don't look now. Fastest car on the track the last time by, your 3rd place car, Devin Moran, from 12th to a podium. He's going to try to reel in this lead duo now with 11 laps to go.
See if this thing stays green. O'Neill down to the bottom, Alberson up top. Down to the bottom is Moran and Thornton. Pierce is up to 5th. Where did he start? Did he start
15th?
15th to 5th. Davenport, Ferguson, Shepard, Justin Wells, Dillard, but all eyes up front. 71 trying to make it 3 in a row at Wheatland. He won here twice, the spring shootout. $27,000 he brought back to Indiana. And right now he's got a 6-car length lead as they come off of turn 4 with 9 laps remaining.
Yeah, that 71 looks really good right now in the front of the field. And he's actually pulled away a little bit from Garrett Alberson and Devin Moran. As you see the gap back to that battle for the 5th spot that's been going on more than it hasn't between the 32 of Bobby Pierce and the 49 of Jonathan Davenport. James back up the front of the field, though. Business is about to pick up because your leader, Hudson O'Neill, has caught the tail end of the field, and that's allowed Garrett Alberson to close back in on O'Neill.
And they're running the same line. He is Stuckey and Moran. Meanwhile, O'Neill's going to have to go to the top. Here comes Alberson down low. Here comes Moran to the top. Off at turn 4. Oh my, are you kidding me? Setting up here in this 45-lapper with 7 to go. In traffic, O'Neill, Alberson, and Moran to settle it.
7 laps to go. Hudson O'Neill trying to hang on. He's going to work by the 1X of Aaron Moran. Clay Stuckey just in front. Devin Moran right there with the 58 of Alberson as well. 6 laps to go at Wheatland. Do they have anything for HUD?
Yep, Alberson, quick work of Moran. Alberson, will he go back to the top? Moran on the bottom, out of turn 4. Give him 5 to go. From Rob Penrod, 5 to go. A 3-horse battle into 1. O'Neill, Alberson, Moran. 2 of them have not won this year in the Lucas Oil Series. Moran looking for win number 6 down the back straightaway. Well, O'Neill is going to have to get around Stuckey. Here comes Moran to the top. They'll have 4 to go.
Devin Moran going to try that top side. Track not taking rubber. James, lap times are not picking up at all. As a matter of fact, they're in the upper 17.7 bracket, or 17-second brackets. O'Neill slips high, coming off corner number 2, trying to work around Clay Stuckey. Here comes Alberson. Here comes Moran on the high side. 3 laps to go at Wheatland.
And Moran still married to the top. Remember, it shelves off up there. He gets a good run out of 2 down the back straightaway. 3 to go. It's 5/10 of a second. O'Neill still cannot clear Clayton Stuckey. Here comes Alberson. Moran through the middle. Off at turn 4. 2 laps to go to win the Cowboy Classic. Who's it going to be?
Hudson O'Neill just put a couple tenths between himself and Garrett Alberson, but Devin Moran trying to spoil the party. Moran from 12th to the inside of Alberson. They're both racing hard for second. James, this is the Barons Performance, 1 to go.
And here comes 20 RT. Final lap. O'Neal 1.1 seconds, battle for second. Moran and Alberson go side by side. Moran's going to gain the advantage. Thornton is right there. O'Neal off turn 4, took the lead back on lap 33. Looking for his first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series winner of the year. He takes the twin checkers.
Second spot's going to go to Devin Moran, Garrett Alberson third, and Ricky Thornton Jr. fourth. Fifth was Jonathan Davenport. How about Carson Ferguson? A great run for him. He finishes 6th. Bobby Pierce 7th. Brandon Shepard 8th. Justin Wells with an outstanding run. He finishes 9th. And Cade Dillard rallies from the tail of the field up to 10th. Several movers and shakers in this one here tonight in the 12th annual running of the Cowboy Classic.
That was entertaining, right? Alberson led the first 32 laps. And then O'Neal leads for the finish, depending the UNOA scales. Devin Moran, surely he will be the Hoker Trucking hard charger from 12th to 2nd. He gets 2nd on the final lap.
See, Bobby Pierce from 15th to 7th. Justin Wells 16th to 9th. Donald McIntosh from 22nd to 11th, James.
Good run for those
so
guys.
That would
points
be
tonight.
That might be it right there. Donald McIntosh from 22nd to 11th, unofficially the Hoker Trucking hard charger.
So 1.33 seconds the advantage. O'Neal, Moran, Alberson, Thornton, Davenport in your top 5. Then Ferguson, Pierce, Shepard, Wells, Dillard. McIntosh, Gundaker 12th. Wilson, Hilsebeck, Marler 15th. And Ebert, Hughes, Shaw, McCowan all on 45 laps. And then Clayton Stuckey and Aaron Moran a lap down, 20th and 21st. And the 3 cars that did not finish were Tyler Stevens, Tyler Bruning, and a tough hit in the points for Brandon Overton. He'll try again tomorrow night. So Ben will interview the top 3. Got us a new winner. Garrett Alberson, man, he's going to get something here soon. And it may be, yeah. I thought it was going to be tonight, obviously, and they did a heck of a job. But man, if we don't have any caution, this is like I said, that Hagerstown. He led 31 laps there, and there were some cautions, and he ended up, I think, in 3rd.
Well, Hudson O'Neal had 4 wins coming into the night, but none of them with the Lucas Oil Series. He won the Hunt the Front event at Neatmore in the Rumley 6 car.
Yep, if and you 2 remember. Of them were here in April.
And 2 of them were here in April unsanctioned. Of course, he won FloRacing Night in America at Marshalltown.
He's undefeated there.
He's undefeated there. And here at Lucas Oil Speedway, he's undefeated this season. He's now 3-0 here in Wheatland, Missouri.
He's just thankful he didn't get a hard charger tonight. He started 3rd, right? It took him. He's just glad to see the front, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, he is making his way back out on the speedway, ladies and gentlemen. A winner here tonight in the 12th annual running of the Cowboy Classic.
How about the crew? Jason Durham, the crew chief. Riley Sheedy and Kyle Daly turning the wrenches on that 71 car for SSI Motorsports.
Yeah, you nailed it. The SSI Motorsports, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Wheeler Metals, Merrill Bonding, Big River Steel, O'Neal Salvage and Recycling, Dyno One, Westside Tractor Sales sponsored. Number 71, how about it, Wheatland, the New Deal, Hudson O'Neal.
Hudson makes his way into Lucas Oil Speedway Victory Lane, a V1 feature winner for the first time this year with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, the 30th time in his career. He becomes the 6th different driver to pick up a V1 feature win this year. It's worth $10,000 in the Cowboy Classic. And Rivers making his way down the trusty pup into Victory Lane as they have been on fire over the past month or so, as they've got this race car rolling. The Todd and Vicky Burns, number 71. And tonight, Hudson picks up his 3rd win of the year here at Lucas Oil Speedway. A big start, the 33rd annual Show Me 100 weekend. As he gets ready to come out of the race car, we will talk to your Big River Steel podium, the top 3 here tonight. Again, tomorrow, the tribute to Don and Billy Gibson. But tonight, the Cowboy Classic winner, it's Hudson O'Neal. He heads up top, Sunoco checkered flag in hand. The confetti flies, and he will hop down. River the pup is fired up down here as Huddy picks it up here tonight. Took the lead with 12 laps remaining, and he leads the final 12 of this 45 lapper. And again, grabs congratulations from the crew. Sunoco checkered flag in hand, and he will make his way into the front of this Wheeler Metals, number 71. Hud, be honest with me, man. Early in the race, you're back there, you're battling for third, fourth on back. Did you feel like early you had the race car, but you had to be patient?
Yeah, I got to second there right before one of those restarts, and the top was still pretty dominant. And I was like, man, I need to get to the top down here in 1 and 2, and I'll be danged if I didn't drive off in there and run right over the banking. I fell back to like 5th or 6th, and I was like, man, I don't know if I was going to win it, but I was at least going to run the top 3, and now I'm going to have to battle this whole race to even get back to the top 3. And just if restarts fell our way, got some good breaks right through there, and was able to show how good our race car was down there in the bottom. And this place put on a heck of a show tonight. I think we raced all over it, and the lap cars were hard to get around. We raced them, but nope, appreciate all the guys, Jason, Riley, Kyle, my fiance Tessa. I got my dad, my uncle here with us this week, and everybody that's a part of this with Lucas Oil Speedway, and for giving us an awesome racetrack, and all the fans and everybody, and everybody on this race car. Wheeler Metals, Merrill Bonding. We got Raymond Merrill and his son Thayer Merrill with us. It's pretty awesome to have them here for this one as well. And Scott Coleman from Big River Steel as well. Lance Landers from Bobcat of Batesville. So this is just a cool weekend to come here and be able to show our speed. And appreciate everybody on this race car. Appreciate SSI Motorsports and everybody that has a little bit of a hand in on this deal to get us up and down the road. And we'll see if we can't continue the good week.
This is a tough sport, but back in April, you come here, you sweep the weekend. 2 wins there, you get one at Marshalltown, one tonight, 4 wins basically in the past month. Does it amaze you how fast just a little change here and there can be all the difference in a really tough sport?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had speed, for the last few months ever since we were able to hire Jason Durham. He's been such a help for us, and not only that, he's a great person and so fun to be around and fun to travel up and down the road with. So we appreciate everything he does for this team and SSI Motorsports, and we'll continue to work on this thing and see if we can't pick at it just a little bit more, and maybe we'll win a couple more of these things.
Tonight, your winner, the 2021 Show Me 100 winner, Hudson O'Neal. He is down here on top of the Big River Steel podium. We're going to go down and catch up with your second and third place finishers. Getting a big drink of water. He came from 12th up to position number 2 tonight. Devin Moran, and Devin, just another night here at Wheatland where this race car was digging. Man, what were you able to find to be able to work from 12th to come home second on the Big River Steel podium?
Definitely wasn't as easy as it might have looked. I felt like we were horrible all night, just awful qualifying, way off. Hot laps off in qualifying, off in the heat, and these guys just worked their butts off, A testament to Chuck and DK and Vinny, VG Performance. He's here with us. I know his family's all back at home watching, so hi to them. But just two-tone, everybody just worked really hard, and we definitely had a lot better car there in the feature.
The racetrack there was moving around, and you watched those guys in front of you start to battle. You closed in on them. What's going through your mind in those closing laps?
Man, I was trying to make that top of 3 and 4 work a little bit more, just to get that little bit of run that I could get underneath them, but it just didn't work out. But yeah, the car is really good, and it just kept getting better and better as the race go on. So just can't thank Roger Sellers with Double Down Motorsports enough. His whole family at home, Robbie, Casey, Connor. So many great sponsors. Big River Steel, I know Scott's here and all them. C&W Trucking, Lazy Days RV. Chris Davis with Midwest Sheet Metal. We had a fish fry and shrimp broil and all that, so can't thank them enough. Corey Phillips with CPA firm, he's here hanging out for the weekend. My wife up there selling merch, and yeah, just so many great people I can't thank enough, and we'll see if we can get a little better for tomorrow.
Car 99 and Devin Moran, number 2 on the Big River Steel podium here tonight. He heads over to congratulate Hudson on the feature win. Meanwhile, the driver that led the first 33 or so laps here tonight, down here talking with Vinny Giuliani from VG Performance about what could have maybe been different there late. Garrett Alberson, and Garrett third on the Big River Steel podium. I can see you got a lot of fans here, but I can see it on your face, man. Probably one of your more disappointing third place finishes. Is there anything you could have done any different?
I guess maybe protect that bottom a little bit longer or something. And it's so hard to judge the pace of these things from the lead. It really is. I mean, Hudson, Devin, Ricky Davenport, all these guys are just so good at playing off your weaknesses and stuff like that, and I just got to get better at it. Yeah, I hate it for my guys. They've been working their butts off, but really proud of them. The car is really good. It's a great place to start the weekend at. yeah, I just got to thank Sunoco Race Fuel, Bill Stein Shock, Mesquite Valley Transportation, Low Voltage Solution, Romer Machine and Welding, Bill's Sports Shop, Titan Racing Products. I forget Chandler sometimes, and the Titan guys. They do a good job. Fast Shaft, Swift Springs, Cheap Cars, Dickey's Doghouse. We got so many good people. The whole Sims family, a bunch of the Sims families here. We got a really good representation, and I love Lucas Oil Speedway. And yeah, we're just going to keep on trying. Chris from Midwest Sheet Metal putting on a big old dinner yesterday. That was a lot of fun. And Lucas Oil Products, Lucas Oil for putting up such a nice racetrack and giving us a great place to race. I want to win these really bad, so I know it probably doesn't look like it sometimes watching it, but I really do.
Guys, how about it? Garrett Alberson, he rounds out the Big River Steel podium in position 3 here tonight. And DJ James, another instant classic here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Absolutely great racing. Let's see how we got to this point, James, and go ahead and take a look at your Lucas Oil race recap for night 1 of Show Me 100 weekend with the 12th annual running of the Cowboy Classic.
Well, it was all Garrett Alberson for 32 laps. He had a 2.5 second, 2.6 second lead for most of that part of the race. Couple cautions, lap 3 and lap 7. And then 1 on lap 24. But after that, Thornton moved to second. And then here comes O'Neill. There's Thornton in second, O'Neill behind him. And O'Neill, like I said, he slipped off that shelf up there. He dropped, what, the 5th or 6th at one point.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier on in the race as well. It shelves off up there, coming off there in the middle of 1 and 2. Where cars exit the racetrack. Tyler Bruning was inside the top 5 for a while before he punched a Uke tire down in turns 1 and 2. And there was the battle in the pass for the lead on lap 33. Hudson O'Neill was able to roll alongside Garrett Alberson, and he finally made it official that time by at the scoring loop.
Pretty sporty race, pretty entertaining, pretty much. That was fun. Hudson O'Neill. Which you'd rather go to Victory Lane than be a hard charger. Nothing wrong with the Oka Trucking hard charger. Right. But he gets the win here tonight. His 30th career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Well, Ben Shelton, that is a wrap on night number 1 of Show Me 100 weekend and the 12th annual Cowboy Classic. Your final thoughts?
Yeah, it was a fun race tonight. A great way to start the weekend. And it was a cool day, and it allowed the racetrack staff not to have to add much water. They went out and tickled it before the feature, the top, and I think it showed them. It did a lot for it. The bottom ended up being the place to be late. But what a great night, and cannot wait for tomorrow. Two of my favorite people in the world, Don and Billy Gibson, their tribute race tomorrow. We're going to see who comes out on top of the Big River Steel podium. A lot of competition on tour this year. It's going to be a good one.
Still plenty of time to get here this weekend as well. Weather forecast is looks a lot better than it did a couple days ago. James, your final thoughts?
I'm just glad River didn't eat any confetti like the Thornton kids, right?
Absolutely.
Not good on the digestive system for the pups.
Yeah, no. Not. I mean, I don't think it's great on the digestive system for the kids either. It's the Diamond of Dirt Tracks, and we kicked off Show Me 100 weekend here tonight with the running of the Cowboy Classic. Hudson O'Neill gets the win on behalf of Ben Shelton in the infield. My BFF, the Hall of Famer James Essex. This is Dustin Jarrett. We're signing off, and we'll see you right back here at Lucas Oil Speedway tomorrow night.